think everybody is pretty well healthy.
Well, we are. Boston's hurting a little bit now, and we're playing real well. We have a little momentum, and we have a little edge that way. They're looking at us now, and that's maybe in our favor. But you never can tell what's going to happen. If we get out of this series and we don't get hurt or anything, I think we have a chance to come back and take it all.
Gene Michael, from your position as a former ball player, coach, sidelines watching, observing, do you see a difference in this Yankee ball club? Do you see the guys doing something differently now that they are winning?
Well, we're just putting it together. I don't know what reason we are playing so well right now. I'm not smart enough to just pinpoint anything, but if you want to go ahead and pinpoint a couple things, you'd have to say Catfish Hunter probably first, because he found himself and he put himself in the rotation. He's been our big, he won 6 in a row there for us, and that was a big thing for us.
I have to think that a guy like Cat coming back might be a psychological lift to a ball club, too.
It was a good lift for us all the way around. We needed another starter, and he came through. He's one of the real professionals, and I can't say enough nice things about him.
My guest on the Yankee pregame show tonight is Yankee first base coach Gene Michael. We'll be back in just 1 minute.
Hey, Yankee fans! $12.50 doesn't buy very much these days, but at the men's store at Abraham and Strauss, it buys you a great deal. Because at A&S, basic Levi's are only $12.50, and Levi's jeans give you a great deal, too. A great deal of comfort and good looks for a long, long time. Come into the men's store at A&S and choose your favorite Levi-style jeans. We've got a great selection of basic denims, corduroys, straight legs, and flares, all in 100% cotton. We've got the right Levi's jeans for you, for the way you like to look and the way you like to feel. And of course, at a price you like to pay. And at $12.50 a pair, you might stock up. Get a pair of denim straight leg jeans and a pair of corduroy flares. Or get a pair of denim flares and a pair of corduroy straight leg jeans. Or why not get one of each? But whatever style you decide on, you'll be getting a great deal on a great pair of jeans. Levi's jeans at the men's store at Abraham and Strauss.
Hi, Gene Michael. We're talking about Catfish Hunter, the way he is turned around. He's going to be the starting pitcher tonight. He's sort of the leadoff man in this series, and I always figure the first game of an important series is a pivotal ball game.
I think it is, too, and I always think the first inning is big with Catfish. I know he's had some trouble in past years with the first inning. If he gets by the first inning or the second inning, he finds himself and he has confidence in his control, then Catfish is tough. He's tough to beat once he gets it going.
All right, now, you've got Catfish, who has had some problems in the first 1 or 2 innings in his career. The Boston Red Sox are an early hitting ball club, or so they seem.
They seem to be. Sometimes against us, they jump us, but if he can get by the first inning, I just go ahead and say that we'll have a good night. And Torres is a tough pitcher. We're going to have to battle him. He likes the big games, and but we beat him the last time up here, and I don't think there's any reason why we can't do that again, too.
Gene Michael, you go into a game like this, a series like this, do you try to finesse a little bit, or do you just go out there and throw the Yankee power against the Boston power?
Well, you try to play your own game. You try to play the game that you've been playing when we won, and it's hard to do sometimes when the series gets big, but we have a bunch of pros here. I'll tell you that right now, and I don't mind saying it. You can go right down the line. Every one of them seem to be winners to me.
You know, sitting upstairs in the broadcast booth, you look for little things that we think in our minds may turn games around. I saw something a couple of nights ago. Thurman Munson in the first inning threw LaFleur out after Guidry had walked him. I got to feel a play like that tends to turn a ball game around.
That's another pro right there, Thurman Munson. No one talks about his throwing much anymore. Thurman's one of the best throwers in the league. I think he's the best thrower in the league when you talk about results. They talk about the great arm. Sundberg had a great arm. He's not throwing as well as he used to. Fisk has a fine arm. But nobody gets the results over the years like Thurman has. And Thurman really hasn't gotten the credit for that. And I like to stand up for Thurman on that because I remember the first 2 years I played with him, he was one of the best throwers I've ever seen. He had better records than Bench did, and no one really talked about it much.
Well, he made one heck of a throw to get LaFleur, and I think that was a key point in that Tiger ball game, and maybe that whole series. A final thought with Gene Michael in just 1 minute.
When Reggie swings,
New York wins. When Broadway sings, New York wins. At NYU, it's Jersey too. For the kids at the Bronx, New York wins. New York wins. On the street, on the beat, at the dance, you can dance. We're trafficked by a red.
It's bothering him. He wants to hit 300, and he wants the 100 RBIs. That's another thing. Thurman is a winner. Thurman can do a lot of things to help you. Thurman goes unnoticed behind the plate, too. I'm pumping Thurman, but I've seen him play a lot, and Thurman, when it means something, Thurman's in there. He's going to play every day. He's hurt. His neck's bothering him a little bit. But then he came back and got a single the other day, so maybe his confidence is back to where it was. And in a big series like this, Thurman can come through for you.
I tell you, that base that he got yesterday, that was the old Thurman Munson hitting that ball with authority to left field. They pitched him inside. Pitch him away, he goes the other way.
Right. The other times with a couple men on it, he didn't do it, and he was disturbed about that. But get a big chance tonight with a couple guys on. I'd like to see Thurman hit.
All right, I'll go along with you on that, Gene. One final thing. Reggie Jackson. Reggie not here right now. Last time we heard he was in the hospital suffering with the virus in the back. What do you feel, that Jackson will be here for the series, or will he be just lost for the 4 games?
We're not sure, but if he gets in the lineup, Reggie's going to want to do as good as he can. There's no reason why he can't do it, too. Reggie has a reputation of coming from behind and getting big clutch hits and that, so if he gets in there, I'm sure he'll do the best he can.
Gene Michael, thanks a lot for talking with us. The pregame show is sponsored by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Greater New York and Abraham and Strauss. I'm Frank Messer. Now stay tuned for New York Yankee baseball.
New York Yankee Baseball on 1460 WOKO Albany is sponsored by Budweiser Beer, Champion Spark Plugs, Colonial Provisions, makers of Yankee Franks, AC Delco, Emery Air Freight, Wendy's Hot and Juicy Hamburgers, Cahoe's Tobacco Company, and Big Dom Submarines.
From Fenway Park in Boston, here is New York Yankee Baseball. Tonight, the Yankees meet the Boston Red Sox, beginning a pivotal 4-game weekend series here in Boston, Massachusetts. Good evening, everybody. This is Frank Messer, along with Fran Healy, Phil Rizzuto, and Bill White from the friendly confines of Fenway Park, where the attitude of the fans may not be too friendly tonight. An intense rivalry resuming between the Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox, at the moment, in first place, 4 games ahead of the New York Yankees. The Yankees and the Red Sox meet tonight, tomorrow night, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday afternoon, and then another 3-game series next weekend down at Yankee Stadium in New York. So, in the next 11 days, the American League East pennant could be decided with these 7 games between the Yankees and the Red Sox. Both teams are going with veteran right-hand pitchers tonight. For the New York Yankees, Jim Catfish Hunter. And on the mound for the Boston Red Sox, a gentleman named Mike Torres, who last year was pitching the Yankees into the American League Eastern Division pennant and the World Championship. I'll be back with the starting lineups for tonight's ball game right after this.
Hi, I'm Joe Gallagher.
And I'm Brian Jackson.
And we host the morning show on 1460 WOKO.
You know, Joe, I bet if we weren't on the radio, we could be baseball players, maybe even with the Yankees.
Great ball players, Brian.
Yeah, I wonder what that would be like. Well, Joe, here we are in the outfield, and it's up to us, obviously. It's the bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, and a tie score.
Look at those chicks in the bleachers.
What are you doing with binoculars out here in the outfield? Will you put them down and watch the game? Oh, my goodness. It's a high fly ball. Now, calm. I got it.
I'll get it, Brian.
No, I'll get it. It's okay. Oops.
Oh, gee.
No, it's your fault.
You dropped it.
No, you dropped it. Joe, it really doesn't matter. They're coming after us. We lost the game.
Let's get out of here.
You know, Joe, maybe baseball isn't our game. Maybe we should just stay on WOKO and do the morning show.
No, hockey.
Hockey? Yeah, I can see it now. Sudden death overtime. The puck's hit. We're down the ice. We're skating to the
Right now, let's pause 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
You're listening to 1460 WOKO Albany.
This program is authorized by the New York Yankees solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any publication, reproduction, or other use of the descriptions and or accounts of this game without the express consent of the New York Yankees is prohibited. The attitude in the Yankee clubhouse before the ball game was absolutely terrific. The guys were up, but not floating on air. A serious high, if I might use that phrase. And they were also very excited about the fact that Reggie Jackson has rejoined the team and will be in the starting lineup tonight. Reggie Jackson discharged from Lenox Hill Hospital in New York and will be in the starting lineup tonight, batting cleanup as the designated hitter. We'll talk more about the ball game in just a few moments, but right now, Fran Healy has the starting lineups for this important first game of 4. Fran?
Okay, Frank. For the New York Yankees, leading off and playing center field, Mickey Rivers. Batting second at second base, Willie Randolph. Doing the catching and batting third will be Thurman Munson. In the 4 slot, as Frank told you, and the designated hitter tonight, Reggie Jackson. Batting fifth at first base, Chris Chambliss. At third base, batting sixth will be Craig Nettles. Batting seventh, playing right field. In place of Reggie Jackson, Lou Piniella. In left field, batting eighth, Roy White. And batting ninth, playing shortstop will be Bucky Dent. Once again, the starting pitcher tonight for the New York Yankees, Jim Catfish Hunter. Hunter 9-5 on the year with a 3.73 ERA. For the Boston Red Sox, leading off at shortstop, Rick Burleson. Playing center field and batting second will be Fred Lynn. Batting third, the designated hitter, Jim Rice. In left field, in a cleanup spot, Carl Yastrzemski. Batting fifth and doing the catching for the Boston Red Sox, Carlton Fisk. At second base, batting sixth will be Jack Brohammer. Batting seventh in right field, Dwight Evans. Evans hit in the head about 2 weeks ago by a pitch ball. Just started to play last week. George Scott will play first base and bat eighth. In the 9th slot, at third base will be Butch Hobson. Once again, the pitcher for the Boston Red Sox will be Mike Torres. Right now, the umpires meeting at home plate with the manager of the New York Yankees, Bob Lemon, and the manager of the Boston Red Sox, Don Zimmer. Frank?
And both managers, rather low-key guys. They're all business when it comes to the ball game, and neither one is too excitable. And we're looking for a great ball game tonight. The umpires tonight will be Derwood Merrill at home plate, Marty Springstead at first base, Dave Garcia at second base, and Jimmy Evans will be at third. You know, with the importance of this series between the Yankees and the Red Sox, I must tell all of our listeners to Yankee Baseball this right now. All box and reserved seats are completely sold out for the 3 Boston games in New York next weekend. However, for this series only, the close to 10,000 reserved general admission and unreserved bleacher seats for each of these Red Sox games will be sold in advance at the stadium box office only beginning tomorrow morning. Hours are 9 to 5 daily, 10 to 5 Sunday. Now, this change in policy has been made to avoid turning away late-coming fans and to reduce congestion in the stadium area before games. So let me tell you once again, for the 3 important games between the Yankees and the Red Sox at Yankee Stadium, close to 10,000 reserved general admission and unreserved bleacher tickets for each of the games will be sold in advance at the stadium box office only beginning tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock and continuing until 5 in the afternoon on Sunday from 10 to 5. So you can get your tickets, but do remember all box and reserved seats are completely sold out. And we might add, too, that here at Fenway Park, the line formed at 8 o'clock this morning to buy unreserved bleacher seats and standing room seats for this ball game tonight. At 8 o'clock this morning, they were out here at the ballpark lined up. So just please be advised, there are no more box, no more reserved seats, but close to 10,000 seats will be available starting tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock at the stadium only. Well, Fran Healy, what's your feeling about this 4-game series between the Yankees and the Red Sox?
Of course, Frank, it's an extremely crucial series for both ball clubs. The Red Sox, with a 4-game lead, would like to take 3 out of 4. The Yankees would like to take 3 out of 4, or possibly 4 out of 4. Tonight, Torres against Catfish Hunter, a tremendous matchup. Catfish having an excellent month, of August, now into September, still throwing the ball very well. Contrast between the two pitchers. Catfish, a decent fastball. Throws a lighter baseball than Torres, which is interesting. Torres throws a heavy baseball. The sinker keeps the ball down, and the reason Torres throws the heavy ball is when he pitches, he throws with all of his muscles tightened. When you throw that relaxed fastball, you get that soft fastball, and in this ballpark, the heavier fastball is the better pitch to throw. But the wind is blowing in, so it should not affect Catfish Hunter.
Right now, our national anthem. With the start of tonight's ball game in just 1 minute.
Cohoes Tobacco Company has more to offer than the name implies. Cohoes Tobacco is helping Zenith celebrate both their 60th anniversary and the manufacturing of the 20 millionth Zenith color television set. In fact, Zenith is offering a cash rebate on 25-inch diagonal Zenith System 3 console or table TVs. This cash rebate of up to $60 can be yours depending on the model you purchase. All you have to do is buy one of the qualifying Zenith models, fill out the money-back coupon from Cohoes Tobacco Company, and send the coupon back to Zenith with your owner's registration card as proof of purchase. You'll get a check direct from Zenith. And while you're at Cohoes Tobacco, see the complete line of Zenith color TVs, Zenith black and white portables, and Zenith stereo equipment. Now is the time to buy a new Zenith color TV with a cash rebate on certain models. The place, Cohoes Tobacco Company, 60 Remsen Street, Cohoes. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 5:30, Friday nights till 9. Closed Sunday and Monday. Cohoes Tobacco Company, with more to offer than the name implies.
Catching for the Red Sox and Fran Healy, I've got to say this. You look around this ball club, and Jim Rice, a great hitter, and Carl Yastrzemski, a great team leader, fine hitter, and everything else. You got to look at the guy behind the plate. Carlton Fisk, I think, is still the key man on the Red Sox club.
I believe Carlton Fisk is the most valuable player on the Boston Red Sox. If Fisk gets hurt, very difficult to bring in a substitute to fill the shoes of a catcher of Carlton Fisk's caliber.
On the mound, as Fran Healy told you, Mike Torres, big burly right-hander who has won 15 and lost 8. He's had 29 starts this year, 12 complete games, 1 shutout. He can be scored on, but he also has a team behind him that will score a lot of runs. Mickey Rivers is set to lead off for the New York Yankees, and we're awaiting the first pitch of the ball game. Hobson down the line at third, Scott in at first. Burleson and Brohammer straight up the middle. The outfield is spread out. And the first pitch of the game is taken high, a fastball, and this game is underway. Rivers laid off the high fastball well out of the strike zone. Mickey Rivers, a .266 hitter, 11 homers, 41 RBI. Swings and lines one down toward the left field corner. Fair or foul? It is a foul ball and caught in the stands. The stands here at Fenway jut right out to the foul line in left and right, and a fan could potentially reach into fair territory and grab a baseball in the air. That ball was just barely foul and was caught in foul ground by a fan. 1 ball and 1 strike on Rivers. Torres deals. Rivers bounces one foul outside of third, and he's trying to slap it by Hobson, Fran.
Yes, he is, Fran. Mickey Rivers sky high for this ball game. I talked to him before the game. He said he needs a couple hits, a couple stolen bases, and needs to score a couple runs. So he's ready.
He gets on. Things happen. He's in the hole right now. Ball and 2 strikes. Torres deals and gets in. Strike 3 is called. Rivers is called out on a fastball down around the knees. So Torres gets a very, very big out when he gets Rivers.
And Frank, Torres looks like he has good velocity right here pitching to Rivers. Made an excellent pitch, low and inside on Rivers for the strike 3 call.
Torres has got to be sky high for this one. Willie Randolph, the batter, the Yankees' second baseman, right-hand hitter, batting .268. The pitch to him is bounced to third. Hobson has it at the edge of the grass. Throws low, and Scott cannot hold it. It's an error, and we'll see which way. An error on the throw, and that is what we told you before. Hobson, with the bad arm, has been having a lot of trouble throwing. And Fran, if I'm not mistaken, off the top of my head, that's got to be his 37th error.
It is, Frank, and of course when you have trouble with your arm, what happens, you go to throw the ball, you tense up. When you tense up, you will not have good control on the ball, and Hobson has made most of his throwing errors. Most of his errors, throwing errors.
All right, a big break for the Yankees as Randolph is gifted with a bag. An easy play, really, for Hobson. You hate to see a kid make a bad play, and he just threw it down in the dirt, and Scott, who will come up with probably 49 out of 50 of them, could not come up with that one. So Randolph is on, and Munson is up.
Frank, it's interesting. The press asked Zimmer what he was going to do with Hobson. He said, I'm going to play him. He's my best.
All right, Thurman Munson. A key, certainly, to the Yankees. The pitch to him is drilled through the left side, base hit. Randolph will have to stop at second. Thurman Munson, Fran Healy gave notice, I think, yesterday when he took an inside pitch, lined it solidly to left field at Yankee Stadium, that he does have his stroke back, or else it's coming back, really.
Yes, he does, Frank. What was happening was the Yankees played a couple of day games in a row. Thurman, catching every day, got tired. He started to jump at the ball. He realized this. A night game came on, he started to weigh back on the ball, and he's pulling the inside pitch, hitting the outside pitch to right field, so Thurman does have his stroke back.
Reggie Jackson will step in. Reggie released from the hospital this morning after being in since Monday with a virus that settled in his lower back. Left-hand hitter, batting .281, 20 homers, 73 runs batted in. The pitch to him in the dirt and blocked by Fisk. The runners cannot advance. Fisk blocked it wisely up the third base line. He can hold Randolph at second, of course. There's no way Munson can move. Very excited crowd here, jam-packed house. He couldn't squeeze another body in here with the proverbial shoehorn. 1 ball, no strikes on Reggie Jackson, 1 out. Randolph at second, Munson down at first. The stretch by Torres, the look back to second, and the right-hander's pitch is high, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. They defense Jackson tight toward center field. They give him both foul corners. The right fielder Evans shaded over toward the gap. They don't figure Reggie will pull down the line. They're playing him in the gaps. The 2-0 pitch. Here comes, and there it is, line to left field. That's going to be in the left field corner, base hit. And 1 run will score. Here comes Randolph. Munson on his way to third. He slides. He's safe to throw to second. Jackson holds it first. Reggie taking advantage of the wide open spaces in left field as the left fielder Yastrzemski had him played in the gap. And Jackson drives in the first run of this game, 1-0 New York.
And Frank, I'm sure Torres wanted that ball inside on Jackson. He played with Jackson. He knows how to pitch Jackson. Yet he threw the ball out over the plate, did not get it where he wanted the ball. Jackson did not have a good swing at the ball. Hit the ball in left field. Hit it hard, but was not a good swing.
Chris Chandler steps in. Chris is batting .287. Leads the Yankees in runs batted in with 81. It's Jackson at first, Munson at third. The infield up the middle. The third baseman Hobson at the edge of the grass. Scott holding Jackson on. And the pitch outside. They play Chambliss just about the same as they did Jackson, with the left fielder Yastrzemski and the right fielder Evans bunched up in the gaps. Lynn straight away in center field. A very strong breeze blowing from left field directly across the diamond. The pitch, drilled foul outside of first. I know before the ball game around the batting cage, just before the Yankees started hitting, the Red Sox were still in the cage. George Scott had taken his turns. He was standing there talking to Cliff Johnson and Paul Blair. Okay, well, Scotty said, I think I'll go in. I'm afraid to watch the Yankees take batting practice. And both Blair and Cliff Johnson said, hey, Boomer, you better watch Chambliss take BP because he is ripping some kind of shots down the first base line. Well, he ripped that one and just pulled it foul. 1 ball and 1 strike on Chambliss. He broke his bat on that one. Had to go back for more lumber. That caused the momentary delay there. Torres has the sign from Fisk. Checks the base runners. The right-hander's pitch. Swung on and foul. Back out of play. Just to our left. The wind will play a very important factor in this ball game. It is very, very strong and blowing from left field, from the shallow left field wall over toward the right side. It'll blow a lot of balls foul down the right side. Pitch hit in the air to straightaway center field. That'll be a run. Munson tags up at third. Lynn is under it. Jackson is tagged up. Munson comes on to score. Jackson goes back to first. The Yankees lead 2-0. Chris Chambliss with his 82nd run batted in on the sacrifice fly. And everybody up on the steps of the dugout to greet Chambliss. Great enthusiasm down there. Mike Heath was up. Willie Randolph up on the steps. Fred Stanley. A lot of the guys with jackets on who are not playing in the ball game, all there to greet Chambliss as he came in after the sacrifice fly. The enthusiasm is there. Greg Nuttall's the batter. Low-key guy, 276 hitter, 23 homers, 78 runs batted in. Check swing, grounded back to the mound. Fielded neatly by Torres, who throws him out. The side is retired. At the end of 1/2 inning, it's the Yankees 2 and the Red Sox are coming to bat.
If you're dying for a hot and juicy hamburger but don't have the time, Wendy's has a pickup window. If you're in your car, your wagon, or even a taxi cab, Wendy's has a pickup window. If you're pedaling a bike, pushing a cycle, or whizzing on a skateboard, just whiz on up to Wendy's pickup window. Wendy's pickup window is not only convenient, it's just about the fastest service in town. At Wendy's Old-Fashioned Hamburgers, our pickup window has a separate grill, a separate cook, even a separate cash register. So if you're dying for Wendy's hot and juicy hamburgers but don't have the time, just drive up to Wendy's pickup window and away you go.
Wendy's, 1335 Central Avenue near Colony Center, 741 New Loudon Road, just south of Latham Circle, 3 Clifton Country Road across from Clifton Country Mall, and now in Glenville.
Sears National Automotive Values. From the people who brought you the Die-Hard battery comes the Muzzler. The aluminized muffler from Sears. Regular price only $19.99 installed. And right now till September 23rd, buy your first SuperGuard steel-belted radial tire at regular price and save 30% on the second one, plus federal excise tax on each tire. Prices and tire sale dates may vary in Alaska and Hawaii at most Sears Tire and Auto Centers.
Defensively for the Yankees, it'll be Chambliss at first base, Randolph at second, Dent at short, Meadows at third. In left field, Roy White. In center field, Mickey Rivers. In right field, Lou Piniella. Doing the catching, Thurman Munson, and on the hill, Jim Catfish Hunter. Hunter will face Rick Burleson, Fred Lynn, and Jim Rice here. Bottom of the first inning, the score, the Yankees 2. The Red Sox, nothing. Frank?
All right, Catfish Hunter will pitch to Rick Burleson, leading off for Boston. Right-hand hitting shortstop, batting .247, 26 doubles, 4 triples, 4 home runs, 45 runs batted in. This is Cat's 16th start this year. He has won 9, lost 5, and pitches to an earned run average of 3.73. The pitch, and it's off the mitt of Munson inside to the hitter. Thurman just holds the glove down and says, hey, we're hopping. Ball 1. Now the wind-up by Jim Hunter. The next pitch, taken high, 2 balls and no strikes. Hunter said he would not change his pitching style against the Red Sox in this ball game tonight. Take the hitters one by one. There's a strike. Had good velocity on that one on the inside corner. Hunter, our guest on the Yankee pregame show last night, explained his comeback. Foul ball off his foot, and that one hurt. Burleson fouled it down off his left foot, and he's limping around. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cat gives great credit to Dr. Maurice Cowan, the Yankee team physician, for manipulating his shoulder, getting rid of the soreness that he had. And as we discussed with Cat, that has worked in some cases it doesn't, as is the case of so much medical treatment. But in Cat's case, it has worked. He said it's such a relief to go out there and be able to pitch without hurting. The 2-2 delivery will be coming down to Rick Burleson. Hunter winds, and here it is. Ooh, a blazing slider, just a bit low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Eddie Yost at third, and Johnny Pesky at first on the coaching lines for the Red Sox. 3-2 count on Burleson. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's drilled just past Nettles. Base hit down into left field. Let's see if Burleson goes for 2, and he will. Roy White runs the ball down in the corner, and Burleson is in with a stand-up double. So the Red Sox, seeing the Yankees scored 2 unearned runs in the top half of the first, fight right back, a 3-2 pitch, and Burleson creamed it.
Frank, when you go 3-2 on a leadoff batter, you have to throw him the fastball. Catfish knew it, Munson knew it, so did Burleson. Burleson very aggressive. Got the head of the bat out and drilled that inside fastball down the left field line for the double.
That is his 27th 2-base hit. And now Fred Lynn, the batter. Lynn is hitting .297, 29 doubles, 2 triples, 20 home runs, 67 runs batted in. The crowd is right in the middle of the ball game. They play him straight away, and he bluffed a bunt, took the pitch outside from Hunter, ball 1. Lou Piniella in right field, shaded a bit toward the corner. Rivers straight away in center, and Roy White backed up deep in left. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nettles plays Lynn extremely wide at third, but in at the edge of the grass. The infield plays him to pull, while the outfield plays him more or less straight away. 1-1 deal outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. The on-deck hitter is Jim Rice. Hunter checks second, delivers. The pitch is hit in the air to center field. Mickey Rivers will get under it. Burleson is tagged up. Rivers makes the catch, makes the throw to third, and Burleson goes back to second. 1 away. The Yankees are leading 2-0, and the applause builds for Jim Rice. I'll tell you, there are 2 postseason awards I'd have to think just about locked up. One is the Cy Young. If Ron Guidry doesn't get that, they got to have a recount. And I'll tell you, this Jim Rice has got about 9 out of 10 legs on the most valuable player crown. He's had a fantastic year,
Yes, he does, Frank. Awesome.
He's hitting .326, 38 homers, 121 runs batted in, and grounds this one to Nettles. Gregg is up with it, throws to first, and Rice is out, and that one didn't sound good. That was a good pitch from Hunter.
Yes, it was, Frank. Most of the time, that ball there, Rice will hit the other way and hit it with authority. That's what makes Rice a tough man to pitch it. He can hit the ball over the right field fence as well as the left field fence. That ball was out over the plate, but a good pitcher's pitch. Rice trying to pull the ball.
All right, Carl Yastrzemski is the batter. He wants the baseball looked at by Derwin Merrill, the plate umpire. Merrill looking at it very closely and says, hey, that ball's all right. Gives it back to Munson. Yastrzemski won last night's ball game for the Red Sox with his 12th home run of the year as they beat Boston 2-0. That was one of only 2 hits the Red Sox had off Dennis Martinez. Louis Piot limited the Orioles to only 2 hits, both singles. The pitch to Yaz. High pop-up and a shallow right. Willie Randolph calls everybody off. The wind brings it back on the infield, and gosh, Chambliss made the catch. I'll tell you, that wind is playing tricks. The ball was hit into shallow right. The wind brought it all the way back, and Randolph, who had called for it, gave way to Chambliss. The side is retired at the end of 1 inning. It's the Yankees 2 and the Red Sox nothing.
The day is done. Coming home. It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind. So just say bud. And for the king of beer, and settle back and please yourself. No matter what you do, no matter when or where, you know a glass of bud is like an easy chair when you're there, Budweiser. Hey, Budweiser. It's absolutely the best way to call it a day, and that's any day. You know what I mean? When you're there, Budweiser, you said it. Oh, and Anheuser-Busch St. Louis.
Hey, Frank, let's talk about Reggie. Well, Bill, the man's great. He had 5 home runs and 1 World Series.
Frank?
He set 9 new records.
No, Frank.
Yes, he did, and he tied 4 others.
No, Frank, I meant let's talk about Reggie, the new candy hit. You've only got 44 of them in your pocket.
Oh, you mean this Reggie? Well, they're great, too. I love that chewy caramel, those crunchy peanuts, that smooth chocolatey coating.
But, Frank, 44 of them?
Why not? If they're good enough to be named after Reggie Jackson, they're good enough for me.
Too good, Frank.
Lou Piniella will lead off the second for the Yankees. Right-hand hitter, batting .308. Mike Torres, first pitch to him, swung out and fouled back to the left side. Piniella has 28 doubles, 3 triples, 4 home runs, 53 runs batted in. He's been among the league leaders all year and will be at the end of the season. A .308 hitter. Torres kicks and deals. Piniella lines a base hit into left center. Lynn plays the ball on one hop, and Piniella is on with a leadoff single, the Yankees' 3rd hit of the game.
Frank Torres get that fastball up to Piniella in a good spot inside, but Piniella fought the ball off and drilled it into center field. Of course, Torres, to be effective, has to keep that ball down. Stanley hit a grand slam off Torres last trip into Boston on a slider that was up.
All right, Roy White, the Yankee left fielder, batting .249, 11 doubles, 4 triples, 7 homers, 35 runs batted in. Won an important game for the Yankees against the Tigers, and takes a strike over the outside corner. Roy in one game against the Tigers doubled and hit a 3-run homer to account for all 4 Yankee runs. The pitch to him. Fastball misses outside. The count is 1-1. Torres has lost 2 decisions without a win in his last 3 starts. Overall, 15-8. The right-hander's pitch. Lined and passed. Rohammer, base hit. Piniella digging hard on his way to third. Throw there is cut off. Lou Piniella has found wings for his feet. I've never seen Lou run any faster than that. He was going hard. Head down around second, didn't even slow down, look around, digging hard for third, and made it without a throw. The throw was cut off.
Now let's pause 5 seconds for station identification in the New York Yankee Radio Network.
You're listening to 1460 WOKO Albany.
Hey, Carlton Fisk out to talk to Mike Torres. Fisk starts back to home plate and looks into the dugout. There's the left-hander up in the bullpen for the Red Sox, and I would assume it would be Tom. No, it's not Tom Bergmeyer.
I'll check him out. Right now, let's see what Bucky Dent can do with runners first and third. The pitch to Bucky, check swing, and a strike is called. Bucky Dent is hitting .255, 4 home runs, 28 runs batted in.
Andy Hassler.
Ground ball is foul outside of third. Hassler was a possible starter tomorrow night, so that may eliminate him as a starter tomorrow and leave Jim Wright as the starter for the Bo Sox. The Yankees are leading 2-0 here in the top of the second. Runners at first and third, nobody out. Roy White at first, being held on by Scott. Lou Piniella at third. Hobson, the third baseman, plays Dent tight toward the bag. They play into pull on the infield and the outfield, slightly toward left. The pitch, foul back. Looked like Bucky was trying to go to right field with it. The right side of the infield presents the biggest target, with Scott holding Roy White on, and the second baseman, Brohammer, shaded over toward the bag. There's a big hole on the right side of the infield, and it looked like Dent was trying to shoot through it and fouled it back. No ball and 2-strike count. Now the stretch by Torres. Right-hander's pitch, foul back, got him in on the hands. Good pitch from Torres. The first of a 4-game series, again tomorrow night at 7:30, Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon here at Fenway. Torres' lifetime has beaten the Yankees once, lost to them 3 times. He is 1-1 this year. He stretches. And the pitch. Dent lines it, base hit into center field. Here comes Pinella to score. Roy White stops at second, and the Yankees lead 3-0.
Frank Torres get that fastball up again on Bucky Dent, out over the plate. Not a bad pitch to Bucky Dent. Dent likes to pull the ball. He likes the ball from the middle of the plate in. We get the ball out over the plate, and Dent slapped that ball into center field. Big RBI for Bucky Dent to score now. The Yankees 3, the Red Sox nothing.
And right now, Don Zimmer has told his infield to go out there and stall around and give the left-hander Hassler some time. Right now, there's a break in the action with a score of the Yankees 3, the Red Sox nothing.
This is Mel Allen. When you have to send a package down to the minors, you don't have to use a minor league air freight company. That's because Emery doesn't just go to major league cities. They also go to minor league cities. Emery, the Air Force in air freight.
Mickey Rivers will step in against Torres. Scott and Hobson in shallow. The first pitch to Mick. He bunts and takes the bat away. Did not bunt at it. He squared off, took the bat away from a high outside fastball.
And Frank, if he does bunt right here, he has to make Hobson field the ball, especially with the bad elbow.
Got a chance for the base hitter to reach, let alone move the men up. White is at second. Dent at first. The pitch, he bunts at it and fouls it off the foot of Durwood Merrill. Got it right down off Merrill's left foot. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yankees are now leading 3-0. The Yankees' 2 runs in the first inning were unearned as a result of the error by Hobson on his throw trying to get Randolph. Munson then singled. Reggie Jackson singled a drive and a run. Chambliss sacrifice fly drove in another one. And run number 3 is scored here in the second. The pitch coming. Rivers swings and base hit through the right side. Here comes White. He's being waved home. Evans' throw goes to third base, and the Yankees now lead 4-0. Zimmer comes out, and that may be all for Torres. Mickey Rivers drilled it through the right side into right field for a base hit. Driving in, run number 4 as Roy White scored from second. Bucky Dent stopped at second base in deference to Dwight Evans' throwing arm, and Zimmer is out to make a pitching change. He takes the baseball from Hobson, says goodbye to Torres, and we'll have Andy Hassler coming in to pitch, and the fans are on Torres.
And Frank, a quick reminder, Fan Appreciation Day is coming up at Yankee Stadium Saturday, September 30th. Every fan who comes out to see the Yankees take on the Cleveland Indians that day will get one of those great thermal mugs so popular last year. The mug features the Yankee emblem in a brand new full-color 1978 Yankee team picture. That's Fan Appreciation Day, Saturday, September 30th.
All right, Fred, right now we have a very special announcement as we're waiting for the pitcher, Andy Hassler, to come in. A very special announcement for you. The annual Grambling Morgan State Football Classic will be played at Yankee Stadium again this year. It'll be on Saturday, September 23rd at 7:30 p.m. All proceeds from this game will go to benefit the Whitney M. Young Scholarship Fund. Tickets are available at the Yankee Stadium advanced ticket windows, all Ticketron outlets, and all Urban League offices. Well, we hope that you'll turn out for the Grambling Morgan State football game. It's more than a game. It really is a classic. Those two teams go at it tooth and nail out there on the playing field, and they'll play Saturday, September 23rd, 7:30 at the stadium.
Another classic right here in Boston. The Yankees and the Red Sox. Andy Hassler in relief of Mike Torres. The score, the Yankees 4, Boston nothing. Andy Hassler 2-4 here in 1978 with a 3.89 earned run average. Hassler started the season off with Kansas City. After a month on a disabled list, hurt himself in spring training, fishing. After that accident, spent a month on the disabled list and was traded to the Boston Red Sox as a used sparingly by the Red Sox. Let's take a look at the Eastern Division standings of the American League. The Red Sox 4 games in front of the Yankees going into tonight's action. Milwaukee 6.5 back. Baltimore 9 games out. The Tigers 11.5 games out of first place. The Cleveland Indians 26 ball games out of first place. Toronto Blue Jays 32.5 games back. In the Western Division of the American League, Kansas City Royals on top of the Angels by 2.5 games. Texas 8 games back. The Oakland A's 13.5 out. The Minnesota Twins 15.5 back. The Chicago White Sox 18 games back. And the Seattle Mariners 24.5 games out of first place. Right here, Fenway Park. Once again, the score. The Yankees 4, the Red Sox nothing. The Yankees with 6 hits. Andy Hassler in relief of Mike Torres. Nobody out. The Yankees with runners on first and second. Rivers on first. Dent on second. 1 run across. 2 runs across here in the second inning. Willie Randolph steps in to face the big left-hander. Frank?
All right, Randolph hit a ground ball to third. Hobson threw it away at first base for an error in the first inning, and Randolph scored the first of 2 Yankee runs in the frame. He's up there to bunt, takes the bat away from a ball high. Scott was charging down from first. They're going to let Hassler try to field the ball, butt it down the third base line, and gamble on getting Dent at third on a force play. At least that's the way they played it then. We'll watch them again. Of course, the ball gets too far up the line. Hobson would have to take it. The pitch, Randolph takes the bat away from a bunt, and it's low. 2 balls and no strikes.
And Frank, a situation like this, your best bet, try to get the ball down to Hobson once again. Scott, on excellent fielding first baseman, can make that play, can catch that ball, and throw out Bucky Dent at third base.
Dent running much better, but still not 100% with his speed. So the runners lead again. 2-0 pitch coming. Randolph squares, takes the bat away, and a strike is called, knee high. 2 balls and a strike on Randolph. The Yankees lead 4-0. In this ballpark, you can never have enough runs until the ball game is over. I've seen 6, 8-run leads blown in this park. The 2-1 pitch will be coming from Hassler. Here it is. Randolph takes it low and in as he took the bat away and almost got hit. 3 balls and 1 strike. Thurman Munson is on deck.
Frank, here's a situation. Count 3 balls, 1 strike. Good time to take the bunt off. Leave a guy like Willie Randolph swing the bat.
He's got a big gap on the right side and the left side of the infield at the moment. We'll see if Burleson moves with the pitch or whether he stays right there. He and Brohammer are tight in toward the bag. The pitch coming, and he bunts foul for strike 2. Willie did that time, got a little anxious. He was trying to running bunt, trying to bunt, move the man up and get a base hit too, and didn't do any. So often will happen. A lot of difference in bunting for the base hit and bunting just for the sacrifice. That time Willie was trying to do both and didn't do either. Fouled it off. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So he will not be bunting now. Dent leads away at second. Rivers off first. Hassler straightens up. And the 3-2 pitch taken high, ball 4, and Randolph walks. The Yankees have the bases loaded, nobody out. And the batter, Thurman Munson. Munson drilled a single to left field in the first inning and came in to score the second run of the inning and the game for the Yankees.
Frank Hassler's the type of pitcher would have a problem closing the door on a ball club in a situation like this because his big problem is control. Has problems throwing strikes.
Reggie Jackson's come out on deck. Wearing a jacket, towel wrapped around his neck, gloves. It is cool up here. Definite change in the weather. Munson singled his first time up 1-for-1, now batting .291. The bases loaded, the pitch taken high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. The Yankees have a 4-0 lead and trying to add to it. Hassler bends way down for the sign. When he straightens up, he goes about 6'5". He deals high. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Time is called now, and the Red Sox are going to send somebody else down to the bullpen, and Al Jackson will come out to the mound.
Frank, as Jackson walks out to the mound, let's take a look at the standing. The National League, the Eastern Division, Philadelphia on top, a half a game over the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates playing some fine baseball. The Cubs 5 games out. The Expos 9 games behind the Phillies. The Cardinals 15 games out of first place. And the New York Mets find themselves in the cellar, 20 games out of first place. In the Western Division, the Dodgers 2-game lead over the San Francisco Giants. Cincinnati 7 games back. San Diego Padres 11.5 games out of first place. Houston Astros 18 games back. The Atlanta Braves 23 ball games behind the Los Angeles Dodgers. Al Jackson goes back to the Red Sox dugout. Andy Astor with his left foot on the rubber looks in for the sign. Thurman Munson steps back in. The Yankees with the bases loaded. Nobody out. Top of the second inning to score. New York 4, Boston nothing.
Okay, Fran, 2-0 pitch coming to Munson. Hassler turns it loose. Munson swings, bounces over the pitcher's head, and fielded by Brohammer. Throw to first. Safe! Run scores. Brohammer's throw pulls Scott off the bag, and Munson is safe at first. A base hit for Munson. He's 2 for 2. A run batted in. The Yankees lead 5-0. And all the players now look at the big scoreboard to watch the replay. Brohammer, an off-balance throw, pulls Scott off at first base. And Munson is credited with a base hit, driving in run number 5. For Munson, his 64th run batted in, and he's 2 for 2. Bases still loaded. Rivers at third, Randolph at second, Munson at first. Here's Reggie.
Frank Dick Drago, right-hander in the Boston bullpen.
Jackson fouls the first pitch back, strike 1. Jackson lined a single to left field to drive in a run in the first inning. They're still playing him. Well, Yastrzemski now is a little bit more towards straightaway left than he was first time Reggie came up. Reggie hit one by him into the left field corner. Play him a little differently with the left-hand pitcher Hassler. The pitch, swing and a miss on a big sweeping curveball, and the count is strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes on Jackson. Chris Chambliss is on deck. The Yankees lead 5-0. Bases loaded, nobody out here in the top half of the second. Red Sox have lost only 17 games at Fenway all year. The pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. That pitch was out of the strike zone, breaking down and away from Reggie. And that is the first out of the inning. The first Yankees to go down on strikes. And Chris Chambliss will step in with 3 on and 1 gone. Chambliss hit a sacrifice fly to knock in Thurman Munson from third base in the first inning. Chris's 82nd run batted in this year. He's hitting .287, 10 home runs. And Hassler's pitch hit high in the air to shallow right. That will not get a run in. Evans comes in, gets under it. The wind brings it back to the infield. Evans makes the catch. Rivers comes halfway and goes back. Great throw by Dwight Evans on the money to fifth. Rivers made him throw as he dashed halfway down, stopped, and scooted back and slid into third. No throw there.
Frank, on a ball like that, most runners would just hang around the base. Right fielder would catch a ball, be able to lob the ball in. Like you said, Rivers forced Evans to throw that ball. Possibility of throwing the ball away.
applaud the replay on the beautiful screen here at Fenway. It was a good throw by Evans. He was in very shallow right when he made the catch. And now Greg Nettles with 3 out and 2 gone. Greg bounced back to the pitcher on a check swing in the first inning. The pitch to him, taken low for a ball. It'll be a tough night to hit the home runs. Even with a short left field porch, the wind is blowing a gale from left field across toward the right side. Pitch to Greg, swing and a miss. Had a weak swing on a big curveball. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Yankees lead 5-0. 2 runs in the first, 3 here in the second. 2 outs now, with Rivers at third, Randolph at second, Munson at first. Hassler straightens and deals. Down low, stays with the breaking ball. 2 balls and 1 strike on Greg Nettles. Lou Piniella is the on-deck hitter. Hassler working very deliberately. Drago in the bullpen is slowed down, watching the ball game from beyond the fence. Hassler straightens, and the pitch. Ball 3. Stays with the breaking ball and misses. 3 balls and 1 strike. Pitch down low and away from Greg. There's a gap in right center field for Nettles, with Evans shaded toward the corner and right. The pitch, swing and a miss. Stayed with the same pitch. Had a little more to it that time. Real sharp, exploding slider. 3-2 on Nettles. Well, Rivers will be playing it cool at third, but everybody else is going to be running. Randolph and Munson. Rivers will walk down the line. The pitch is fouled back off the shin guard of the catcher, Fisk. 3-2 with the 2 outs. The men on base will be running, except for the runner at third. He's not going to go charging down. He'll walk off his lead. But everybody else will be running. Three and two again to Greg. Swing and a miss. Dropped by Fisk. Nettles doesn't bother to run it out. Fisk tags him out in front of the plate. The Yankees get 3 and lead 3. At the end of 1.5, the score is New York 5 and Boston nothing.
Okay, we're having a Big Dom's summer submarine supper tonight. Mommy wants the shrimp torpedo, Billy's having a Big Dom's mixed cold cuts, and Daddy's having the surf and turf. Now, what's little Ronald gonna have? Ronald?
The only problem with a Big Dom Summer Submarine Supper is deciding which Big Dom sub to have. There are 28 different kinds of Big Dom subs, plus 9 Little Joe's Hot Deli Delights.
Ronald?
I'll take the bologna. Maybe I'll have the turkey instead.
Wait a minute. I changed my mind.
Big Dom subs, 37 delicious varieties, and they're all delicious. Drive-ins open, and nothing goes better with a weekend triple feature than a Big Dom sub. Big Dom subs are monstrously delicious.
I'll drink to that.
We have milk, soda, lemonade, and iced tea.
In that case, make me a Big Dom's double.
Okay, you're a Big Dom's double with 20 assorted sliced gold. Big Dom subs, delicious at the drive-in. Or for a quick, complete summer supper, right, sweetheart?
Who you calling sweetheart?
Big Dom subs go great anytime. 35 delicious varieties for little appetites or big ones.
Glenn Connolly of Portland, Oregon. How long do you want your car to last?
Oh, goodness alive. It should last forever. It already has in excess of 96,000 miles on it. Of course, I take good care, and I change the oil and filters frequently. I keep it tuned. I've owned probably 50 cars, and they've always used Quaker State.
America's best-selling motor oil can't promise everyone that mileage, but Quaker State helps cars last, and that's a fact.
Change to Quaker State. Quaker State helps cars last.
Carlton Fisk will lead it off here. Bottom of the second. The score, the Yankees 5, the Red Sox nothing. The Yankees with 7 hits, the Red Sox with 1. Red Sox with 1 error. Butch Hobson, the third baseman, picked up the error. His 37th error on the year. Fisk will be followed by Jack Brohammer and then Dwight Evans. Frank?
Carlton Fisk, right-hand hitter. He's batting .295, and he has a chance to set a new all-time Major League record for doubles by a catcher. He has hit 36 doubles, second in the league. Mickey Cochran hit the most ever by a catcher, 42 in 1930. Johnny Bench owns the National League mark of 40 in 1968. No catcher has ever led a league in doubles, Fran Healy. Pitch to Fisk is low for a ball.
I could see that happening. Of course, they cannot run real well. Most of your double leaders would be in a ballpark like Kansas City with the AstroTurf. Here in Boston, good ballpark for the double.
Wide open spaces, despite the short porch at left. You can double off that wall. The pitch is high, and the count is 2-0. Fisk has hit in 4 straight games. He's now at 491 career home runs, 19 of them this year, 76 RBIs. He swings and he misses. Tried to check it and could not. Hurt his hand. Like Fisk hurt his left hand trying to check that swing. He's shaking it. 2 balls and a strike to him. The Yankees are leading 5-0. Cat winds and deals, and that ball is hit high and deep to left field, and it is over the head of Roy White off the wall. Fisk is on his way to second and pulls in with a double. Roy thought he could catch it. Went to the base of the wall, reached up, didn't get it, and the ball hit over his head, off the wall, back over his head again, and had to be fielded by Rivers.
Frank, that ball hit pretty well. The only problem is the wind blowing directly into home plate held that ball up, stopped it from going in the net. I was quite surprised it landed as low as it did on the Green Monster.
It would have been a home run had it not been for the wind. Brohammer up, left-hand hitter, takes the ball outside. Jack Brohammer is hitting .245, 1 homer, 22 runs batted in, filling in for Remy, who is injured. The pitch coming. Fastball on the inside corner. Remy played 2 or 3 innings down in Baltimore last night defensively, but he has a hurt hand and wrist, and he can't turn his hands over with the bat. He just can't swing the bat. Brohammer takes an off-speed pitch high, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. The Yankees lead 5-0. Fisk leading off the second with a double. Burleson led off the first with a double and died at second. This one is fouled back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dwight Evans, a right-hand hitter, is on deck. Fisk leads away at second. The pitch to Brohammer hit on the ground at second base. Willie Randolph gobbles it up and throws him out as Fisk goes to third. 1 out. The Red Sox have a runner at third base. And now Dwight Evans. As Fran Healy told you in his opening remarks, Evans seriously hurt and hit in the head by a pitch a couple of weeks ago. Was taken to the hospital, then released, rested up, and now he's back. He's hitting .257, 23 home runs, 61 runs batted in. Pitch in the dirt in front of the plate, blocked by Munson and fielded by Hunter. Cat came racing off the mound and grabbed that ball down the third base line after Munson blocked it with his body.
Frank, excellent block by Sarah Munson. Looked like a fastball as Cat was bounced up to the plate. Munson got down on both knees, kept the ball in front of him. Excellent play.
Cat wants to exchange baseballs now, gets another one. Yankees play the infield back with a 5-run lead. Cat winds and delivers a slider for a strike, and it's 1-1. George Scott is on deck. Evans, with his 23 homers, also has 24 doubles. The pitch to him. Popped up on the right side. Chris Chambliss calling. In at the edge of the grass, makes the catch. Fisk pulls at third base. There are 2 down. And now the boomer, George Scott. Scott's beginning to come around a little bit, playing all year with a broken hand, or most of the year with a broken hand. Told me before the game, broken index finger on the right hand, told me before the game that he thought he was just about 95% now.
Frank Scott needs 3 RBIs for 1,009 hits for 1,900. He's been an excellent hitter throughout his career and a smart hitter. As a catcher, you would see him move around at the plate. You get him on a certain pitch one time, he'll adjust. He'll look for that pitch. He'll move off the plate, look for the fastball in if you got him out with it.
All right, Fran, let's see what he does now. He's batting .243, 11 homers, 49 runs batted in. Right-hand hitter. Swings on the first pitch, fly ball is hit to deep right field. Pinella around in a circle, gets there and makes the catch. The wind brought it back, and Pinella stayed with it and caught it to retire the side. We've completed 2. The score, New York 5, Boston nothing.
They came from across the sea, from Japan, Germany, England, Italy. Bright and eager to show what they could do. They were foreigners in a foreign land. But one thing that was true in the old country was also true in the new.
You can't buy a better plug for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy a better plug no matter where you are than Champion. Champion, number 1 in the world. Number 1 in your car.
Imports from every country find America is the land of opportunity. The opportunity to use Champion, the world's best-selling spark plug. The plug that wins more big races. For imports, you can't buy a better plug than Champion.
You can't buy a better plug than Champion. You can't buy a better plug than Champion. You can't.
Come on, get fresh. Get closer to me. You smell so fine. In English leather lime.
Men get fresh with English leather lime from head to toe. Come on, get fresh because
If you want to get close to her, first you gotta get fresh.
Come on, get fresh. Get closer to me. You smell so fine. In English leather lime.
On the scoreboard tonight, Milwaukee 2, Toronto 2, after 2 innings of play in Toronto. Final score, the Phillies 5, the Cubs 3. It's an afternoon ball game in Atlanta. San Francisco at Atlanta, no score after 1.5. Frank?
All right, Fran Healy. Lou Pinella will lead off for the Yankees. We go to the third, and Hassler's pitch is hit down the right field line. It's going to be a foul ball. Drifts back into the seats and foul. Wind's going to blow a lot of balls into foul territory on the right side. And it's going to keep a lot of balls from going out in left field. Definitely a factor in this ball game. Hassler's ready. The pitch is fouled off again down the right side in the exact same spot on the stand. Strike 2. Here at Fenway Park, it is, well, I don't know. The left field wall will hurt a lot of hitters as well as help them. A lot of guys try to pull everything here and they get in trouble. Pinella lines this one base hit into left center. That one's going to get through between Yastrzemski and Lynn to the wall, and Pinella, running hard, goes to second base. So Lou Pinella is 2 for 2 as he leads off the third with a double to go with his single in the second.
And now 20 seconds for our local stations to identify themselves.
This is Brian Jackson at WOKO-Albany. The nationwide rail strike is being urged by Capital District Local 861 of the Brotherhood of Railway Clerks. Officials of the union say it would be to support clerks who are currently on strike against the Norfolk and Western Railroad. They claim that line's getting financial help from other railroads during the strike. Complete details after the ball game.
Roy White steps in, batting right-handed against Hassler. Bunts down the first base line. He may beat this one out for a hit and does. No throw. Scott fielded the ball and made no throw. Base hit for White. Pinella goes to third.
Frank, excellent play on Roy White's part. Saw George Scott, the boomer, back deep. So he dropped the ball down, a perfect bunt.
Yankees now have 9 hits in the ball game. All 5 runs charged to Torres, the starter, who worked only 1 inning. Torres faced 4 hitters in the second, all singles. He's charged with 5 runs, 6 hits, walked nobody, struck nobody, struck out nobody. Hassler now has given up 3 hits. Yankee runners on the corners, nobody out, and Bucky Dent the batter. Bucky singled and scored in the second. Hassler's pitch to him, swing and a miss, strike 1. We're only in the top of the third, and right now every Yankee hitter has been on base except Chambliss and Nettles. Chambliss has an RBI. The pitch coming, high. 1 ball to 1 strike. Rivers 1 for 2. Randolph has reached on an errand walk. Munson is 2 for 2. Jackson is 1 for 2. Piniella 2 for 2. White 2 for 2. And Dent 1 for 1. Yankees came in with their hitting shoes on. The pitch to Bucky. Check swing, grounder, slowly hit off the first base side. Dent running hard, picked up by Hassler. He's out at first base. Piniella scores. Hassler threw him out to Scott on a close play. 1-3 put out, a run batted in for Dent, and the Yankees now lead 6-0.
A big break for the Yankees. Dent, the check swing, dribbled the ball out in front of the plate. Hassler overhead, no play at the plate. Had to go for the out at first base.
That is Bucky's second run batted in tonight. He has 30 on the year. And it brings up Mickey Rivers. Called out on strikes in the first inning. Singled and drove in a run in the second. Roy White down at second base now. 1 out. 1 run in. The Yankees out in front 6-0. Hassler pitches. Rivers swings, bounces one past the pitcher to the shortstop. Brohammer guns him out at first base. White goes to third. Or rather, Burleson. Burleson throws out Rivers at short. So the Yankees with 2 outs, a runner at third, and the batter Willie Randolph, who has reached on an error by Hobson, throwing error. That opened the gates for 2 runs in the first inning, and then Randolph walked in the second. Randolph was the first man Hassler faced coming into the ball game, and Hassler walked him. The Yankees lead 6-0. Hassler straightens, comes set, kicks and deals. Line drive, base hit into left field. White comes in to score. Yastrzemski plays it off the wall. And Randolph, with a big turn, stops at first base.
Frank, a good pitch by Hassler. Got the ball inside on Randolph. Randolph very quick with the bat. Drilled the ball into left field. Yankees swinging some very impressive bats tonight.
Well, the Yankees now lead 7-0. And it brings up Thurman Munson, who is 2 for 2. Thurman singled to left field and scored in the first inning. He drove in a run with an infield hit in the second when he bounced one over the head of Hassler. Just in the third, the Yankees have a 7-0 lead. They had 10 hits in the game. Everybody except Nettles, Piniella, and White have driven in runs. Piniella and White have scored twice each. The pitch, high outside, ball 1. Dick Drago, right-hander, is up again in the Boston bullpen. Burleson, the shortstop, deep back in the hole. The pitch to Thurman, fouled off on the right side, back over the roof as he tried to cut it to right field. 1 ball and 1 strike. The infield really plays Thurman around the left side. They leave the right side of the infield wide open for him. Almost as if they were inviting him to hit to the right side. Fans are buzzing. The Yankees are leading 7-0. The set by the left-hander Hassler. The pitch, check swing, and it's a ball outside. 2 balls and 1 strike on Thurman. We got a few leather-lung fans down here in the stands. Hear them all the way up here. 2-1 pitch, high outside. Nice play by Fisk. Ball 3, strike 1 on Munson.
And now let's pause 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Baseball Network.
You're listening to 1460 WOKO Albany.
3-1 count on Munson. And Hassler's pitch, drill, pass to third baseman Hobson. Bangs off the wall on the stands as Randolph races on to third, and Munson is 3 for 3. Thurman Munson was really torn up inside by his lack of hitting down the stretch. It started, though, yesterday afternoon. You could see him getting his stroke back. We commented on it in the ball game at Yankee Stadium, and it is kept on tonight. Played yesterday afternoon, last night. Thurman got it back then, gave every indication that he had found the stroke, and tonight he has ripped 2 balls hard, bounced another one for a base hit, and he's 3 for 3. He screened that one just between Hobson and the foul line. It hit off the wall where the box seats jut out to the field. Runners first and third, 2 outs, and Reggie Epp takes low, ball 1. Jackson drove in the game's first run with a single to left field in the first inning. Then he struck out in the second. The pitch, foul back. Yankees with 2 runs in the first inning, 3 in the second, 2 here in the third, leading 7-0. Meanwhile, Jimmy Hunter has limited the Bo Sox to 2 hits, both of them doubles. Jackson steps back, now in again. Munson off first, Randolph at third. Hassler's pitch, popped up, and Wynn may carry it out of play. Fisk is after it, and he's got room and makes the catch right above the first row of box seats in foul territory. The Yankees scored 2 and lead 2 at the end of 2.5. It's New York 7 and Boston nothing.
Cohoes Tobacco Company has more to offer than the name implies. Cohoes Tobacco, 60 Remsen Street, Cohoes, and Zenith are celebrating Zenith's 60th anniversary and Zenith's 20 millionth color TV. It's a great time to buy Zenith System 3 console and table TVs with up to $60 cash rebates direct from Zenith to you, depending on the set you buy. Now here's all you do. Just buy one of the qualifying models, fill out the money-back coupon from Cohoes Tobacco Company, and send the coupon back to Zenith with your owner's registration card as proof of purchase. You'll get a check direct from Zenith. So act now. This is a limited offer only. Get a Zenith System 3 TV and get the sharpest picture in Zenith history at a great Cohoes Tobacco Company price. A cash rebate of up to $60 from Zenith, America's #1 TV, year after year. All this and more can be found at Cohoes Tobacco Company, 60 Remsen Street, Cohoes. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 5:30, Friday nights till 9. Closed Sunday and Monday. Cohoes Tobacco Company, with more to offer than the name implies.
Wasn't that a great holiday weekend? Full of lots of family fun and lots of pictures too. When you get those pictures developed, take them to someone who knows how special your memories are. Take them to a store with a sign that says, "We use Kodak paper for a good look," because they know that Kodak paper can help make your pictures look their best. Get last weekend's pictures developed soon, wherever you see the Kodak paper sign.
Butch Hobson leads off the third and takes a strike. I'll tell you, it seems strange to be here in the third inning and see Thurman Munson with 3 hits already and Hobson just batting for the first time. Right-hand hitter swings and fouls one back over the roof, strike 2.
And a reminder, Frank, all box and reserve seats are completely sold out for the 3 Boston games in New York next weekend.
Hunter's pitch, taken high.
However, for this series only, the close to 10,000 reserved general admission and unreserved bleacher tickets for each of these Red Sox games will be sold in advance at the stadium box office.
Slow grounder hit down to third, Nettles up, throws hard to first, Hobson is out. Well, Butch Hobson goes back to the dugout, and the top of the order comes up. That'll be Rick Burleson up for the second time. As we said before, the last Red Sox hitter came to bat, Thurman Munson already had 3 hits in the ball game. And how's that for going after the Red Sox?
They're definitely going after the Red Sox, and The stadium box office, beginning tomorrow morning, will have these tickets. Hours are 9 to 5 daily and 10 to 5 Sunday.
Burleson takes a strike. Cat's got the corners going for him now. He's found his groove. Burleson doubled to left field his first trip. This one just a bit outside, and the count evens 1-1.
So let's remember that starting tomorrow at 9 a.m., 10,000 reserved general admission and unreserved bleacher tickets will go on sale.
Burleson takes a rip at the slider and fouls it off Munson's leg. A ball and 2 strikes. Plate umpire Durwood Merrill takes a look at the baseball, rubs it up, keeps it in play. 1 out, nobody out, and the Yankees lead 7-0 here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Jim Catfish Hunter. They calling in the comeback kid. Starts to wind up, and the pitch, a low 2-2. Out of right field, Pinellas set up close to the foul line and very shallow for the right-hand hitting Burleson. And this one is looped out over the shortstop, and Dent makes the catch in left field. Bucky Dent ran it down, never took his eye off the ball. It wasn't hit that high in the air. Dent got a good jump, kept going back, and made the catch. There are 2 away. And now Fred Lynn, the center fielder, a left-hand hitter, fly to Rivers, his first time at bat. The Yankees lead 7-0 here in the bottom half of the 3rd. 2 outs, none on. Hunter winds, the pitch, high away, ball 1. Jim Rice, the American League Player of the Month for the month of August, is on deck. Catch pitch, foul back over the roof on the left side. I don't know how the voting went. I know that Rice was named American League Player of the Month. I got to think that Hunter was second. Is that right? Just 1 point difference in the voting. Pitch is outside. Two balls and a strike on Freddie Lynn. Hunter working quickly, misses low and outside for ball 3. Hunter had an outstanding month, and so did Rice. 3-1 to Lynn. He walked in, ball 4, high and in, and now the 2 top players of the past month will confront each other. That is the first walk by Hunter. And Rice, who grounded out to third base, steps in. Rice played in 29 games in the month of August. He had .379 with 47 base hits, 12 homers, 33 runs batted in, 93 total bases, and a .750 slugging percentage. And that got him Player of the Month honor.
Frank, I'd take that as a year.
Boy, wouldn't everybody? Ball 1 is high. The pitch to him, foul back, and the count evens 1-1. Jim Rice, I believe, and I'm going to double check this as I say it, is the only player, only one of only 2 players, he and Frank Tanana, the only players ever selected 3 times as Player of the Month since they have been giving that award in the American League. Pitch is high and inside. He leans back. Jim Rice won the honor in May of this year, July of last year. 2 ball, 1 strike pitch to him. Foul back. Off the front of the press box. They got all the windows closed down there, trying to keep warm on a chilly September night here in Boston.
It's not going to affect us, though. We're going to keep ours open.
Keep the window wide open here. That's right. Get fresh air. Listen to the ball game as well as see it. Hunter comes set. His 2-2 pitch. Struck him out with a high fastball. Burned it by him. Hunter with good velocity strikes out. Rice swinging. Bill White will be joining you, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a real pleasure. At the end of 3, the score: New York 7 and Boston nothing.
Wherever you may roam, you'll find our name is known. You can trust the Delco.
Thanks, Delco.
Delco Freedom Battery.
The Delco
Delco Freedom battery is truly maintenance-free. It never needs water, so the power is sealed in. Get freedom. You'll say, thanks, Delco.
You're welcome.
They've got the stuff when the starting's tough. You can trust the Delco. Thanks, Delco. Delco Freedom Battery. Delco. Thanks, Delco.
Herman, go to sleep. It's late.
I can't. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Your factory in Fresno should have just received that package you sent. That package that was holding up a production line of who knows how many people, costing you who knows how much money. So you can't sleep.
I wonder if they got it.
Got what, Herman? Who are you talking to at 2 o'clock in the morning?
Nothing. Forget it.
And when you try to count sheep, you wind up counting dollars and cents instead.
Maybe I should call them.
Maybe you should call them, Herman. But call them in the other room.
So you decide to call your air freight company just for a little assurance. But nobody's home. Maybe you got the wrong number, or maybe what's worse, you got the wrong air freight company. Because at Emery Air Freight, no matter what hour of the day or night you call us, we'll not only answer the phone, we'll answer your questions. So the next time you want an air freight company that's in when you call us in the first place. Emery, the Air Force in air freight.
It'll be Chambliss, Nettles, and Pinella here. Top of the fourth inning to face left-hander Andy Hasler. Here with the play-by-play, Bill White.
All right, Fran, and Chris Chambliss takes the strike. Yankees ahead 7-0. They have 7 runs on 11 base hits. The Red Sox, no runs on 2 base hits against Catfish Hunter. Here's Hasler's 0-1 pitch to Chambliss. He takes it down low. It's 1-1. Chris has driven in a run with a sacrifice fly, and he's also flied to right field, so he's 0 for 1. 82 runs batted in on the year. The 1-1 pitch. Hit into center field. That'll fall. Base hit. Lynn will play it on the first hop, and Chambliss will hold at first base. The Yankees now have an even dozen base hits off Red Sox pitching.
Coming to guest on our pregame show, receive a handsome watch from the Citizen Watch Company. One of the world's largest watch manufacturers, Citizen watches are known for superior accuracy, exceptional styling, and durability. Other guests receive Son of a Gun, Clairol's Little Red 1250-watt hair dryer, separate controls for heat and airflow, 6 different settings from hot to cool.
Here's Greg Nettles. He squares and takes the strike. Nettles the only Yankee without a base hit in this ball game so far. He's bounced back to the mound, and he struck out 0 for 2. Chambliss being held at first base by George Scott. Hobson in even with the bag at third. As Hasler bends forward looking for a sign. Now the left-hander sets. Pitch to Nettles. Swung on. Base hit left field. And Chambliss will hold at second. Well, Nettles took care of that quickly. Every Yankee now in the batting order has at least 1 base hit. And the Yankees out runners at first and second. With nobody out, and that little chorus of boos greets Don Zimmer as he's walking slowly out to the mound. Got a right-hander, Dick Drago, out throwing, Fran. He's been up 3 times this ball game.
Yes, he is, and Zimmer very slowly walking to the mound. Fans in the background booing Zimmer. And we'll take a break in the action with the score. The Yankees 7, the Red Sox 0.
This is Mel Allen. You know, they say nobody can carry Willie Randolph's glove. Well, Emery's flight pack can probably carry his glove and Nettles' glove and Paul Blair's, too. And that's because, unlike a lot of other small package services, the Emery flight pack takes up to 5 pounds. Emery, the Air Force and Air Freight.
We have a message for all our listeners in the New York metropolitan area. This Tuesday, September 12th, for 1 day only, New York Yankee baseball will be heard on WVNJ, the voice of New Jersey, 620 on the AM dial. This change is due to Wynn's coverage of the New York primary on that day. That's Tuesday, September 12th. New York Yankee baseball will be heard on WVNJ 620 on the AM dial. Pre-game show time is 7:45, game time 8 p.m. Don Zimmer goes to his bullpen. He'll bring in right-hander Dick Drago. Drago on the year with a 3-4 record, 3.34 ERA, and has 7 saves. Drago used in long relief, short relief, and as a spot starter. The Boston Red Sox having problems with their bullpen this year because of Bill Campbell, but Stanley, a big right-hander, picking up the slack. On the scoreboard, the Brewers 2, the Blue Jays 2 after 3 innings. Seattle at Chicago, a later start, and Texas at California, a later start. In the National League, the Phillies 5, the Cubs 3, a final score. The Mets scored 7 runs in the first 2 innings. They now lead the Montreal Expos 7-0 after 2. It's the Braves 1. Correction, it's the Giants 3. The Braves 1 in the middle of the third in Atlanta. So the Giants playing good ball. Horner, the young rookie, right out of college, hit his 18th home run of the year. Having an excellent year. It's unbelievable. San Diego and Cincinnati after 1.5, no score. Pittsburgh at St. Louis, later start. And the Dodgers in Houston, a later start. So as Drago takes his warm-up tosses, take a look at the leaders in the hitting category in the American League. Rod Carew leads the league with a 340 average. Jim Rice here with the Red Sox batting 327. Al Oliver, the Texas Rangers, 317. Sweet Lou Piniella at 308. Ben Ogilvy, Milwaukee Brewers.
Oh, wait a minute, you got to give Piniella his 2 base hits. He's about 312 now, Fran, with 2 hits.
Okay.
He'll move up there.
We'll give Lou some more points. This is going into tonight's action.
Okay.
To be accurate. Ben Ogilvy, the Milwaukee Brewers, 304. Robin Yount, 301. Fred Lynn, the Boston Red Sox, 300. Home runs. American League, Jim Rice with 38. Gorman Thomas having a great year with the Brewers at 31. Andre Thornton of Cleveland, Larry Heisel, Milwaukee Brewers, 29. Don Baylor, Enrico Cardi with 28. Lou Piniella steps in to face Dick Drago, the Yankees with runners on first and second. The score of the Yankees 7. The Red Sox nothing. Bill?
And Pinella's 2 for 2. He singled and scored in the second inning and doubled and scored in the third. So Drago will pitch to Piniella with Chambliss at second base and Nettles on at first. Nobody out here in the top half of the 4th inning. Piniella squares the bunt and takes outside. Ball 1. Of course, Lou might just be tricking Drago. He wants to get that fastball. That was a breaking ball down low. Nettles had faked the bunt his first time, this time up against Hassler, and then singled to left field. Let's see what Piniella does with the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Hobson looking for a bunt, and so is Scott, the first baseman. Here's the set. And the pitch. Piniella squares and bunts third base. Pretty good bunt. Hobson's up with it. Throws the first base in the dirt, and he pulls Brohammer off the bag. That'll be another error on Butch Hobson. And Don Zimmer now, he's out. He'll argue with Marty Springstead, the first base coach. Good call, I think, by Springstead. Throws in the dirt. Brohammer came off the bag.
Yes, he did, Bill, and that's Butch Hobson's 38th error on the season. Of course, he's having a lot of trouble with bone chips in his right elbow. His throwing arm favoring it and having problems with throwing errors. The big problem he will face is once the chips are removed, he might lose his confidence over there throwing a baseball.
Well, you got to give the youngster a lot of credit, though. He's out working before the ball game, throwing and throwing, trying to strengthen that arm. You were in here last time he had it wrapped. This time he does not have it wrapped. That's the 39th error for Butch Hobson this year. And they give Piniella a sacrifice, and Hobson gets an error. They're still arguing at first base with Marty Springstead, but to no avail. The Yankees will have the bases loaded when the argument's over. Chambliss at third base, Nettles down at second, Piniella on at first, and the batter's Roy White, who's 2 for 2. White single to center and scored and got a bunt single. Across the Red Sox infield up in the 3rd inning, bunted to first base. George Scott got it, nobody to throw the ball to, so he held it. White got a base hit, and he scored. So White's 2 for 2, now batting at .255. Yankees leading 7-0, trying to add to that lead here in the 4th inning. Drago sets. And the pitch to White. Misses outside, ball 1. The Red Sox have their infield back except for Hobson and Scott. They're both playing even with the bag at third and first. As Drago is at the belt. Pitch to White. Swung on and missed. It's a ball in the strike.
Well, the Red Sox have won 29 and lost 27 since the All-Star break. Meanwhile, the Yankees have won 36 and lost 18 over the same stretch.
And picked up a lot of ground. Drago takes plenty of time. Now the right-hander sets. Checks the runner. 1-1 pitch to White. Misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. Well, right now, the Red Sox fans not saying too much. Team's fairly quiet, too. They're down 7-0. They have not been playing good baseball lately. But playing good baseball seems to go in cycles. Early in the year, they were winning 70% of their ball games. The Yankees were losing. 2-1 pitch to White. Swung on and missed. Good breaking ball by Drago. It's 2-2. The Red Sox now beset with a lot of injuries. Jerry Remy cannot play. Carl Yastrzemski has a bad right hand. Dwight Evans hit in the head about a week ago. Still suffering dizzy spells. Yankees, one invalid, Reggie Jackson, playing anyway, just out of hospital. Drove in a run his first time up. Here's the 2-2 to White. Swung on, base hit, right center field. Smith will score. Nettles around third, he'll score. And Piniella goes to third base, and the Yankees lead 9-0. Roy White is 3 for 3. He scored twice, and he's driven in 2 runs. Well, the Yankees keep pounding the baseball here at Fenway Park. White now with 37 runs batted in. That'll bring on Bucky Dent. Yankees now lead 9-0. That was their 14th base hit. Only 1 extra base hit among those 14, a double by Piniella, leading off the 3rd inning. Well, the Yankees scored 2 runs. Bucky Dent has driven in a couple runs with a single and a bounce out. Runners at first and third, nobody out. Drago deals to Dent. Hit deep to left field. That might make the screen. That ball is foul. Just foul in the left field corner. Third base umpire Jim Evans waiting until the last moment and waving the ball foul. Bucky Dent pulling one way down the left field line. Gets so far out there, Fran Healy, you can't see exactly where the ball is going, so you've got to watch the umpire. In this case, Jim Evans.
Right.
One strike on Bucky Dent. Dent now 30 runs batted in, batting at .257. Piniella at third base, White at first. The set by Drago. The 1-strike pitch. Too high, it's a ball and a strike. Now the Yankees scoring runs in bunches, 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 more in the third, 2 more here in the fourth. They lead 9-0. Drago is ready. The 1-1 pitch. Dent takes high. 2 balls and a strike. On deck is Mickey Rivers. Of course, Jim Beatty's probably hoping for some of these runs tomorrow. He'll go against Jim Wright. Andy Hassler had been a probable tomorrow, but he's been roughed up here, so he won't go tomorrow. Here's a 2-1 to Dent. He checks the swing, takes the strike on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. But on Saturday afternoon, Ron Guidry will take his 20-2 mark out against Denny Eckersley, who's 16-6. Sunday, Ed Figueroa against Bob Sproul. We'll have all those games for you right here on our Yankee Baseball Network. Now Drago at the belt. Checks the runners at first and third. 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Got him looking with a good slider on the outside corner. So Dennis called out on strikes for the first out here in the 4th inning. And the batter is Mickey Rivers. Rivers has struck out, singled in a run, and bounced to short. He's 1 for 3. Mickey's average gradually creeping up. He's at 267 now with 11 home runs and 42 runs batted in. And the Red Sox will bring their infield in. They realize they do not have much of a chance to double up Rivers, so they'll try to cut the run down. Bunnell at third, White at first. Drago at the belt. Pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Good rip at a fastball. No balls and a strike on Rivers. On deck is Willie Randolph. How important is the first game of a 4-game series, Fran?
Very important for the New York Yankees right here. Of course, they win this ballgame. They beat Mike Torres. Catfish pick up a victory. Very, very important.
Of course, Bob Lemon took a lot of pressure off his ball club. He says, heck, all we've got to do is split the 4 games. Here's the set and the pitch. Outside, it's 1-1. A lot of guys would have come in and said, heck, we got to take all 4. We got to take 3 out of 4. Lim says, well, we'll win 2, lose 2, then get them back at Yankee Stadium.
Lim will not put pressure on you.
Now the set. Drago taking a lot of time. The pitch, too high, 2-1. It's the quietest I've ever heard these fans.
It really is.
I don't think there are as many Yankee fans here as usual. Normally, you've got about 10 or 15,000 Yankee fans in the seats. And the ones who are here tonight, I don't dare say too much.
They have a lot of Yankee fans throughout New England.
Yeah, but they didn't get tickets. Now the set. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Check swing down low, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike on Mickey Rivers. Yankees leading 9-0. That's why it's so quiet here at Fenway. Excellent place to watch a baseball game. You're right on top of the field.
Better have quick hands, too. Foul ball.
They'll get to you quickly. Even those fans out in center field aren't saying anything. Now the set. Here's a 3-1 pitch to Mickey Rivers. Outside, ball 4. Rivers walked and the bases are loaded.
So you just mentioned those fans out in center field. Very difficult to warm up pitchers in that bullpen, especially for a Yankee catcher. They've been known to throw an apple or 2 at you as you're warming up a pitcher.
Well, one thing here, Fran, they're avid baseball fans, and of course, over-avid Red Sox. I should say rabid Red Sox fans. Of course,
right.
The Yankees have the same kind of fans. It's good for baseball. Attendance up all over baseball. Yankees attendance up. Red Sox attendance up. Milwaukee's attendance up. Angel attendance up. Kansas City attendance up. Here's Randolph. Bases loaded, 1 away. Yankees ahead, 9-0. Still in the 4th inning. Drago now sets. And the pitch to Willie Randolph. Too low, ball 1.
So this has to be one of the greatest rivalries in all of sports. Red Sox, Yankees, just unbelievable.
We got a guy here, Bert Sugar, who is simply here to write a book on that rivalry. He's trying to catch Scooter, some of the guys who've taken part in it over the years. Johnny Pesky. 1-0 pitch is low, 2 balls, no strikes to Willie Randolph. Yogi Berra. Yogi said he liked to hit in this ballpark. Yep, that's right. Ellie Howard did play for both teams. A lot of years with the Yankees and a couple of years up here under Dick Williams.
1967, the year they won it, they picked up Ellie Howard from the Yankees.
2-0 pitch to Randolph. Inside, almost hit him. 3 balls and no strikes. Drago has the count 3-0 on Willie Randolph with the bases loaded and only 1 away. And on deck is Thurman Munson. Yankees lead 9-0. Of course, you can never get too many runs here at Fenway. Now the set. And the pitch. Called strike, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike on Willie Randolph. Bunnell at third, White at second, Rivers at first base. As Drago sets. 3-1 pitch. Swung on, chop, foul outside of third base. Pinella had to fall down to get out of the way.
Now let's pause 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
You're listening to 1460 WOKO Albany.
Oh, the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Willie Randolph. With 1 out and the base is loaded in the top half of the 4th inning. Yankees doing everything right here at Fenway so far, running the bases aggressively, taking advantage of every opportunity to score a run. Key base hits, most of them singles. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Swung on, roll to right, left field. Might go through, might be extra bases. It will. Pinella scores, White scores, and Rivers digging around third. He will score as Willie Randolph pulls into second base with a bases clearing double. And the Yankees now lead 12-0.
Phil, it's just unbelievable the way the Yankees are swinging the bats right now. They came into this ballpark very aggressive, exciting clubhouse. The atmosphere was great. The players talking about we have to win the ball game. They concentrate one at a time.
Well, they've just touched up Mr. Drago for bases clearing double by Willie Randolph. Willie has now driven in 4 runs in this ball game, and he has 35 on the year. And here's Thurman Munson.
Well, this is the type of baseball the Red Sox played early in the year. They were devastating. And the Yankees tonight, a devastating ball club. The Yankees have been playing excellent baseball.
Here's Munson. He has 3 singles, a run scored, and a run batted in 3 trips. Drago sets, deals to Munson. Hit foul off the right side, not a play. No balls and 1 strike. The Yankees have scored 5 times here in the 4th inning. They lead 12-0. Drago with a new baseball rubs it up. Well, the Red Sox coming into tonight's action had beaten the Yankees 6 of 8. 3-1 year, 3-1 at Yankee Stadium. Last year was 8-7 season series, Yankees-Red Sox. Red Sox won it. Slider misses high, 1 ball and 1 strike on Thurman Munson. Well, in the West, the Kansas City Royals have built a 3-game bonus now over the California Angels. Texas 7.5 games back. Looks like Kansas City might be on their way now. Here's the 1-1 to Thurman Munson. Breaking ball is low. It's 2-1. I think Fran is going to be all up to Mr. Drago here with the Red Sox losing 12-0. I don't think Zimmer will sacrifice another pitcher unless he sacrifices Bill Lee, for whom he really has no love.
Eddie Rice. Of course, they call this a mop-up job.
Now the set. And the pitch. And they're asking for Bill Lee.
And Lee is now getting into his car, started it up.
Now, Bill was out in the bullpen. We had him on a TV screen. Last time Zimmer called for him, he was in the dugout getting his back worked on. But he's out, not in the dugout. He's out in the bullpen. 3-1 on Munson. The set. And the pitch. Swung on, line foul into the seats behind third base. 3-2. Randolph will go back to second.
Hey, Bill, the way the Yankees are swinging the bats tonight, most of the pitchers, they want no part of the Yankees. They'd rather wait for some other night.
I tell you, though, Bill Lee has a pretty good lifetime record against the Yankees. He pitches well against them. He throws that big Euphus pitch, I guess he calls it, or whatever, the big change-up, blooping change-up. Keeps the ball away from the Yankees well. Got a pretty good lifetime record against the Yankees.
Of course, the past couple of years, he got hammered pretty well by the Yankees.
Here's a 3-2 pitch. Low, ball 4. Munson walks. And for the second time in the ball game, the Yankees will have batted around as Reggie Jackson's the batter.
Bill, when Moret was pitching here in Boston, he had good success against the Yankees, and the Red Sox, of course, traded him after he was 14-4. I would have kept him just to pitch him against the Yankees.
Well, they traded him to Texas. Unfortunately for Roger Moret, he's had some psychological problems.
Yeah.
Right now he's back home, and I certainly hope the youngster will get back into baseball because he's got good stuff.
Fine pitcher.
So Randolph at second base, Munson on at first, still only 1 out, and here's Reggie Jackson. His single struck out and fouled out. The pitch to Reggie. Misses outside, ball 1. Yankees lead 12-0. So far, they can do no wrong, and the Red Sox can do nothing right. Yankees 12 runs on 15 base hits. The Red Sox no runs on 2 base hits against Catfish Hunter. Drago's ready. And the pitch to Jackson. Swung on and pulled foul out of first base. A 1-1. Jackson now wants a new bat. Evidently, he's broken that lumber. Throws it to 2 or 3 kids down behind home plate.
So another question that'll have to be answered tonight. How long do you go with Catfish? You know, cold
Well, that
night.
question might answer itself. You know, Cat spent a lot of time on the bench in the second inning. And once again, he's spending a lot of time here in the fourth. And the pitcher with a history of arm trouble, you begin to wonder.
Right. We mentioned
How long do you want to, let him go? As you mentioned.
right, and you need him down the stretch. Of course, you have the 2 relief pitchers, your shortman, Lyle and Gossett.
Well, you really don't want to use him here unless you have to.
Not this early in the ball game.
In this game, you might want to go with Ken Clay or somebody that you really might not have to use when it really gets tight, maybe the next 3 ball games.
Right, I'm sure.
Not saying you wouldn't use Ken Clay in that
Right,
position.
I'm sure that Lemon would like to go with Catfish at least till he gets the victory.
Now the set. The 1-1 pitch to Jackson. Swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yankees have 12 runs on 15 base hits, and they're still batting, and we're only in the 4th inning. Randolph is at second base, and Munson's on at first. Drago takes plenty of time, gets his sign from pitch, and now he sets. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Jackson goes down swinging for out number 2. And Chris Chandler will bat for the second time here in the 4th inning. He led this inning off with a single to center field and scored on a single by Roy White. Chambliss is 1 for 2. He scored a run and driven in 1. 2 on, 2 out. 12-0 Yankees, 4th inning. Not a ticket to be had here at Fenway Park. Drago's pitch to Chambliss. Swung on, hit on the ground. 1 hopper to Scott. And the first baseman will take it himself, and the side is retired. Yankees score 5 runs in the 4th inning. And at the end of 3.5 innings of play, the Yankees 12, the Red Sox nothing.
After Wendy's hot and juicy hamburger, don't forget the Frosty. After Wendy's hot and juicy with cheese, don't forget the Frosty. After Wendy's rich and meaty chili, don't forget the Frosty. Frosty Dairy Dessert is Wendy's only dessert, and with good reason. Frosty is not a thick shake. It's a cool and creamy treat that could make you forget you ever loved ice cream. Half chocolate, half vanilla, all dairy. You might forget an anniversary, you might forget a birthday, but don't forget the Frosty.
Did you forget the Frosty?
No. I forgot the hamburgers. Frosty Dairy Dessert, only at Wendy's Old-Fashioned Hamburgers.
Wendy's, 1335 Central Avenue near Colony Center, 741 New Loudon Road, just south of Latham Circle, 3 Clifton Country Road, across from Clifton Country Mall, and now in Glenville.
Sears National Automotive Values. From the people who brought you the Die-Hard battery comes the Muzzlers. The aluminized muffler from Sears. Regular price only $19.99 installed. And right now till September 23rd, buy your first SuperGuard steel-belted radial tire at regular price and save 30% on the second one, plus federal excise tax on each tire. Prices and tire sale dates may vary in Alaska and Hawaii at most Sears Tire and Auto Centers.
Stop at Sears.
There's another sale going on at the stadium. All box reserve seats are completely sold out for the 3 Boston games in New York next weekend. However, for this series only, Close to 10,000 reserved general admission and unreserved bleacher tickets for each of these Red Sox games will be sold in advance at the Stadium Box Only office only beginning tomorrow morning. Stadium Box office only beginning tomorrow morning. Hours are 9 to 5 daily and 10 to 5 on Sunday, as Carl Yastrzemski takes outside. Now, this change in policy has been made to avoid turning away late-coming fans and to reduce congestion in the Yankee Stadium area before ball games. Jazz takes upstairs, 2-0. I'll repeat. Tickets will be sold in advance at the Stadium Box office only beginning tomorrow morning. Hours 9 to 5 daily and 10 to 5 Sunday until they're gone. 2-0 pitch. Yes, pulls it down the right field line. Base hit. Pinello over quickly, and it's off his glove around the wall. Yes, digging for second, and he'll go on to third. And he'll make it standing up over there. Well, the veteran, Carl Yastrzemski, got a high fastball and drilled it down the right field line. And that brings out Bob Lemon.
Bob Lemon walks slowly out the mound. Thurman Munson out talking with Catfish. Catfish a little bit upset with himself. Thurman saying something now to Bob Lemon. Bucky Dent in the conversation.
Fran, I think Catfish has hurt himself again. They're bringing in the second base umpire, and I think that's why Cat took that ball and flipped it in his glove, because his arm simply is probably hurting him. They're going to bring in another pitcher, and he'll be able to throw as long as he needs to get loose. You know, we talked about this on the television side, and we talked about it here. A pitcher with with a history of arm trouble, Cat spending a lot of time on the bench in that second inning when the Yankees batted around. A lot of time here in the fourth inning with the Yankees batting around. It's just tough on the arm to sit around, especially when your arm has hurt you in the past.
Very difficult, especially in this cool weather. Of course, tends to have the muscles tighten up. Looks like Kenny Clay jogging in from the Yankee bullpen 380 feet away from home plate. I'm sure Bob Lemon, the manager of the Yankees, very concerned with Catfish Hunter's arm. Catfish has been a winner throughout his career. Of course, he was very instrumental in the Oakland A's championship. Fine round of applause from the fans here in Boston for the Cat.
That'll be a big blow should Cat not recover quickly.
Right now, Durwood Merrill, the home plate umpire, signaling to John Zimmer, Boston Red Sox manager, that it was Catfish Hunter's right shoulder. And that's where Cat was having the problem. Of course, Dr. Cowan, the team physician, Yankee team physician, manipulated Catfish's arm in the middle of the year. Cat said it felt great. Tremendous procedure. Cat was able to get on top of that slider, get the slider down, throw the fastball, had that extra pop on the fastball. So we hope that Cat's arm is all right. I'm sure all of baseball hopes that Cat's arm's all right.
You know, they must have talked about Cat's arm on the bench, because as soon as that triple went down the right field line, Bob Lemon bounced out of the dugout. So Cat must have told Lemon before that I really, Skip, I don't feel too well, and if something happens, you better come get me.
Right, Bill, and I watched Thurman Munson. Thurman was talking to Cat before Lemon got out there, and I'm sure Thurman was telling him, Cat, if it's going to bother you, you're going to have to lead the ball game. You got to think of your health. You got to think of that arm. Think of longevity. So Catfish Hunter out of the ball game now. The Yankees, here in the bottom of the fourth, lead the Boston Red Sox 12-0. The Yankees with 15 hits. The Red Sox with 3. Kenny Clay will be allowed as many warm-up tosses as necessary to get loose. I'm sure it'll take him a while in this cool weather. He's been sitting out in that bullpen. Tough job. You sit out there, you tighten up. Now he's in the ball game. Has to pitch to Carlton Fisk. Yastrzemski led the inning off with a triple, and he's on third base, talking with third baseman Greg Nettles. And as Kenny Clay gets loose, let's take a look at some more of the categories in the American League. I mentioned home runs before. Jim Rice leads the league with 38. Stolen bases in the American League. Ron LaFleur leads the league with 62. Julio Cruz of Seattle, 48. Bump Wills of Texas having an outstanding year in the stolen base department with 46. Miguel Delaney, Oakland, 44. Willie Wilson, Kansas City with 36. In the very important runs batted in column, American League, Jim Rice right here in Boston, having an outstanding year with 121. Rusty Staub, the veteran with the Tigers, 107. Larry Heisel, Milwaukee Brewers, 99. Andre Thornton, having a tremendous year with the Cleveland Indians, 94. And Rico Cardi, who never gets old, with 89. National League, in the hitting department, Jeff Burrows, back on top, batting .316. Dave Parker, Pittsburgh, .313. Cruz, Houston, .308. Clark, San Francisco, .307. He's tied with his teammate Matlack. Reggie Smith, Dodgers, .305. Whitfield, San Francisco Giants, .302. And Larry Bowa at .301 with the Phillies. Phil, you get some scores?
Yeah, Milwaukee scored 2 runs in the top of the 6th. They now lead Toronto by a score of 4-2 at the end of 6. Jerry Augustine against Tim Clancy. Augustine for the Brewers and Clancy for the Toronto Blue Jays. Milwaukee 4, Toronto 2 at the end of 6. Seattle and Chicago, no score at the end of 2. Paul Mitchell, who shut out the Yankees his last time out against Steve Stone. Nothing there at the end of 2. Texas playing at California, no score yet. In the National League, the Phillies beat the Chicago Cubs 5-3. Mets leading Montreal 7-0 at the end of 2. San Francisco 3 at Atlanta, 2 at the end of 5. Cincinnati over San Diego 4-0 at the end of 3. The Cardinals won Pittsburgh nothing after 1.5. And the Dodgers and Houston tied up 1-1 at the end of 2 innings of play. And that's the scoreboard up to date. And right here, Ken Clay is finished throwing. And we're back to the action. Yastrzemski's on at third base. Nobody out. Yankees have a 12-0 lead in the bottom of the 4th, and Carlton Fisk is a batter. He hits one deep to left. That ball is on the screen. And the Red Sox quickly pick up 2 runs. Fisk, 20th home run of the year. He now has 78 runs batted in.
Phil Clay got the ball up to Fisk. Fisk jumped in the ball out over the plate and drove it into the screen here in Fenway Park. Of course, the Red Sox fans, they love it. Great for the ball club. Could be a good break for the Yankees. Many times when you have a big lead, they start singling you to death. You'd rather have someone hit a home run and stop the rally. Many times this will stop the rally.
Well, that completes Hunter's record now. 3 innings pitched. 1 run on 3 hits, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Here's Jack Brohammer. And Brohammer takes a strike. Of course, a home run. And Fisk's run is charged to Ken Clay. Brohammer, a left-handed batter, has been up once and bounced to second. And he takes low. It's 1-1. Oh, the Red Sox striking quickly against Ken Clay. A 2-run home run for Carlton Fisk. 1-1 pitch. Low, it's 2-1. And Clay now hurt his knee. He bounced off and limps a little bit. Looks like it's the right knee of Ken Clay. It's a left knee. He flexed that knee. 2 balls, 1 strike on Jack Brohammer. And the pitch. Swung on, lifted to center field. Rivers coming on. Digging now. He's there. And makes the catch, and there's 1 out. Well, he mentioned wind seems to be blowing toward right, but actually it's also blowing straight in from center field. Well, that flag is flying straight out toward right field, Fran.
And Bill Bob Lemon, the manager of the New York Yankees, walking out to talk to Kenny Clay to find out about the knee that Clay has been flexing. See if he's hurt. Of course, if you pitch with that bad knee, you favor the knee, you can hurt your arm. Clay not very happy with the dirt part of the pitching mound. I guess that's the reason he was flexing the knee. Bob Lemon is satisfied. Edward Merrill, I guess, is satisfied. And Thurman Munson seems to be satisfied. Everybody back to their respective positions.
Here's Dwight Evans, the right fielder. He's been up once and popped the first. Yankees leading 12-2. Sox batting bottom half of the fourth inning. Pitch to Evans is down low, ball one. Dwight Evans batting at .257 for the Red Sox. Pitch is chopped to short. Bucky Dent has a nice hop. Plenty of time. Throws on the Chambliss, and they've got Evans. There are 2 outs. That'll bring on the boomer, George Scott. Scotty hit the ball hard in the second inning, but Lou Piniella ran it down in right field. George not having a George Scott year. He has 11 home runs and 49 runs batted in. He's been bothered by a bad back. Big right-handed free swinging hitter. Yankees give him a lot of the third base line. And he takes low, ball one. 2 outs. Nobody on. The Yankees ahead of the Red Sox, 12-2 in the bottom of the fourth. Lined and caught by Randolph on one hop. Throws on the first base. They've got Scott. Scott hit a scorcher, one hopper to Randolph, picked up the ball and threw him out. 2 runs, 2 hits, nobody left. At the end of 4, the Yankees lead Boston 12-2. Say, Frank, what do you think has been Reggie Jackson's greatest triumph? Breaking the Babe's record? Being named Series MVP?
Well, how about getting that delicious new candy named after him?
The Reggie Bar? Come on.
Just think, Phil, to see your name on one of the greatest candies in America, Reggie. To know that every time someone bites into chewy caramel, crunchy peanuts, and smooth chocolatey coating, he lives that World Series excitement all over again.
Gee, that's beautiful. Let's see the Reggie now.
Now? But who will announce the game?
Who do you think?
Oh, Phil!
When do you say Budweiser? Whenever the moment is right for a great beer. When do you say Budweiser? Whenever the good times are moving to right here. After the work is done, while you're still having fun, anytime's the right time to say it. When do you say Budweiser? Bud the beer for any time at all. When you say Budweiser, the #1 beer is what you'll be drinking after the work is done. While you're still having fun, the king of beers is waiting for your call. When you say Budweiser, you said it all.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Defensive replacement for the Boston Red Sox, Bob Montgomery, is on to do the catching, the score. The Yankees 12. The Red Sox 2. Nettles steps in to face right-hander Dick Drago. Bill?
Greg Nettles singled his last time up and scored. Hits one foul outside of first base. No balls and a strike. Yankees ahead of the Bo Sox 12-2. They have 12 runs on 15 base hits. Boston 2 runs on 4 base hits. The Red Sox have also made a couple of errors in this ball game. The 1-strike pitch to Nettles. He takes a strike on the inside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. For the Yankees here in the 5th, it'll be Nettles, Piniella, and Roy White against Dick Drago. Drago's 2-strike pitch. Tails outside. Sinker, 1-2. Now Nettles backs out. And gets back in. Drago's 1-2 pitch to Nettles. Change-up hit to first base. Right there, Scott, and the boomer takes it himself. 1 out. Through the first 4 innings, the Yankees scored twice in the first, 3 in the second, twice more in the third, and 5 times last inning, the fourth, for their 12 runs. The Red Sox got a 2-run home run by Carlton Fisk, bottom of the fourth, for their 2. Here's Lou Piniella. 2 for 3. He scored 3 runs. single and a double. Got on an error by Hobson. Lou now batting .312. Fouls the first pitch back and out of play. No balls and a strike. Roy White on deck. Everybody in the Yankee lineup has at least one base hit. Rivers 1, Randolph 2 with 4 runs batted in, Munson 3, Jackson 1 with a run batted in, Chambliss 1 with an RBI, Nettles 1, Piniella 2, Roy White 3. Hit foul off the right side. 2 strikes on Piniella. And Bucky Dent extended his hitting streak to 7 straight with a single in the second inning. Nettles, by the way, also extended his streak to 7 straight with his single back in the 4th. So far at Fenway Park, it's been all Yankees. Still this inning, plus 4 more to go. You can never tell about Fenway Park. Drago taking plenty of time. Here's the 2-strike pitch to Piniella. Curveball is outside, 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Piniella. Inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. One out, nobody on, 5th inning. Here's Drago's. Pitch is inside, ball 3. 3-2 on Piniella. Drago taking a lot of time. Now the payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled back and out of play. Fran, who are some of the slower pitchers in the league?
Some of the slower pitchers in the league.
Yeah, you know, when they get their sign, they don't want to really turn that ball loose.
Dick Drago's one of the slower pitchers in the league. The whole California Angel pitching staff, very slow.
You know, Kansas City pitchers, when Busby was there, they were slow.
That's because they were shaking the catcher off.
Of course, this guy here, well, that was you, huh? But this guy here, Drago, pitched a while for Kansas City. I wonder if he picked that habit up there, or if he's just been slow releasing the ball all the time.
No, he weren't fast when he was in Kansas City.
3-2 pitch. Swung on and popped up out behind second base. The shortstop, Rick Burleson, calling. Near the bag and makes the catch.
Hey, though, Bill, when I was in Kansas City, if we got a ball game in less than 3 hours, it was a quick ball game. Many of their pitchers work slow. The pitching staff that sticks out in my mind, California Angels, Nolan Ryan, Tanana, Knapp, they all work very slow. They're very deliberate. Now they picked up Al Fitzmaurice, one of the slower pitchers, slower working pitchers in the league.
Here's Roy White, 3 singles, 2 runs batted in, 3 runs scored. He's on a hot tear. In left-handed against Drago. The pitch is swung on and missed. Yankees ahead, 12-2, batting in the 5th inning, 2 outs and nobody on. They're playing White straight away. Wind still blowing hard toward right field. Change-up in the dirt. Off the shin guard of Montgomery, kicks over to Bucky Dent in the on-deck circle. It's a ball and the strike. Now Drago gets new ball, goes on the backside of the mound. Back up top, looking in. Still looking. Now he rocks, and the 1-1 pitch to White. Swung on, drilled to right field, but right there's Evans. Came in, now goes back and makes a one-handed catch. And for the first time in the ball game, the Yankees go down 1-2-3. And at the end of 4.5 innings of play, the Yankees lead the Red Sox 12-2.
Drive-ins open, and nothing goes better with a weekend triple feature than a Big Dom sub. Big Dom subs are monstrously delicious.
I'll drink to that.
We have milk, soda, lemonade, and iced tea.
In that case, make me a Big Dom's double.
Okay, you're a Big Dom's double with 20 assorted sliced coconut. Big Dom subs, delicious at the drive-in. Or for a quick, complete summer supper, right, sweetheart?
Who you calling sweetheart?
Big Dom subs go great anytime. 35 delicious varieties for little appetites or big ones. When the temperature's climbing and you don't want to cook, you could have a hamburger, a hot dog, or you could have a Big Dom Summer Submarine Supper. There are 28 different kinds of Big Dom subs, plus 9 Little Joe's Hot Deli Delights.
The Big Doms don't mix cold cut, shrimp boat,
Chicken salad.
Smoky Joe ham, sliced beef with barbecue sauce.
Fish.
It's Big Dom Summer Submarine weather, so leave the hamburger hot dog ho-hums to somebody else and treat your family to a marvelous Big Dom sub. Delicious.
At the drugstore, they told me there's a powerful anti-itch drug I can buy without a doctor's prescription. Now I use Bicozine cream as directed. No more burning, embarrassing itching. No more scratching. Bicozine actually speeds healing. Bicozine cream. What a relief.
Now you can soften hard, calloused skin without painful cutting or scraping. Apply stainless Dermasoft cream to your feet as directed. Insist on Dermasoft cream.
Okay, Butch Hodson steps in to face Kenny Clay. He'll be fouled by the top of the order. Rick Burleson and Freddie Lynn. Bill?
Clay's first pitch is swung on and missed. Yankees lead 12-2. The Red Sox are hitting in the bottom of the fifth. It'll be Butch Hobson, who's bounced to third his only time up. Burleson, who is 1 for 2, and Fred Lynn, who's 0 for 1. The next pitch is on the outside corner to Hobson. No balls and 2 strikes. Ken Clay coming on in relief of Catfish Hunter after Hunter gave up a triple to Carl Yastrzemski last inning. Fastball is high. It's 1-2. We'll try to get a report on the Cat if we can for you before this ball game is over. Clay now goes to the rosin bag. Gets his sign. The 1-2 pitch to Hobson. Cold strike 3. Butch caught looking at a fastball.
Now let's pause 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
You're listening to 1460 WOKO Albany.
Okay, Butch. Oh, with 1 out and nobody on, the batter's Rick Burleson, who has doubled and looped in the shallow left that Bucky Dent ran down. So Burleson is 1 for 2. Bucky made a nice running catch on the ball, and Burleson takes the strike. Nettles even with the bag at third base for Burleson. Plays 1-strike pitch, misses outside. It's 1-1. Kenny has a chance to become the winner of this ball game. The starting pitcher, Catfish Hunter, did not go the required 5 innings. Hit on the ground foul outside third near the Yankee dugout. 1-2 on Rick Burleson. So all Ken Clay has to do is throw together 3 or 4 more good innings, and he'll pick up the win. Now he's got a new ball, getting his sign. He rocks. A 1-2 pitch. Hit. That hit the bat and skip off. Fastball tailed in on Burleson. And it hit the bat and skipped off the right side toward the Red Sox dugout. Foul ball. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes on Rick Burleson.
Bill, Kenny Clay's a lot like Mike Torres. Throws the ball hard, keeps it down, and throws a heavy fastball, and can be overpowering with that fastball.
Yankee players seem to think he's got good stuff. They're just waiting for him to put it all together. Fastball is high. It's 2-2.
Of course, it's difficult to put it all together when you're used as a spot starter, long man.
I don't think Clay likes that mound. He's kicking around in front. I think when he first came in after throwing that home run pitch to Fisk, and then he sort of wobbled on the mound, he did not like the way it felt. That's pretty good news about, well, it isn't good news, but it's better news than we thought about Catfish Hunter, and we'll give it to you right after this pitch. It's lined to right center for a base hit. Mickey Morabito, head of the Yankee Public Relations Department, just came in and gave us the prognosis or the diagnosis of the Catfish Hunter.
Right, he pulled a groin muscle and had to leave the ball game because of the pulled groin muscle. We were concerned up here with the shoulder. I saw Derwin Merrill point to Don Zimmer in the Red Sox dugout, point to his right shoulder. I was under the impression that he was telling Zimmer, Catfish's shoulder was bad.
Fred Lynn's a batter, and he takes high, ball 1. That's got to be good news. A little better news than the shoulder, of course. You never want any ball player to be injured, especially a Catfish Hunter who is such a fine gentleman. But it's a pulled groin instead of the bad shoulder for Catfish Hunter. And Clay backs off. Burleson on at first base, 1 away. Fred Lynn is the batter, and the count is a ball and no strikes on the left-handed hitter. The pitch swung on and fouled off the left side. It's 1-1.
You know, Bill, you mentioned Catfish, fine gentleman. When he pitches, when he goes into that clubhouse, you cannot tell whether he won or lost the ball game. A lot of class, handles himself in a professional manner. Of course, there's some pitchers in the league that they want to blame somebody. Catfish, he'll take the blame.
Here's the 1-1 pitch to Lynn. Swung on and fouled back off the mask of Thurman Munson. 1-2.
Been a great influence on Ron Gidry.
From the Yankee clubhouse, right.
1 out, 1 on. The Yankees leading 12-2. The Red Sox are batting in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Now the set. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Fred Lynn goes down swinging. Second strikeout for Ken Clay, and they're 2 outs. Here's Jim Rice, who's bounced to third and struck out. Rice is 0 for 2. Rice now batting at .325. 38 home runs, tops in the American League. 121 runs batted in, tops in the American League. Pitch to Rice. He takes outside, ball 1. Rice, the only player playing this year, with, at least in the American League, with a chance for the Triple Crown. The pitch, too high, 2-0. Carew batting at .340 coming into tonight's action. Rice 0 for 2. He's dropped a couple of points. He's at .325. Now Clay is ready. 2-0 pitch. Inside, ball 3, 3-0.
So Henry Aaron said about Jim Rice after watching him for the first time, this will be the guy that'll hit 700 home runs, who will hit more home runs than Henry Aaron. If he stays healthy, he felt he's strong enough, has a great swing, and a good ballpark to hit home runs in.
3-0 pitch. Called strike. Fastball up around the letters. It's 3-1. Now Clay is ready. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on. Bouncing the hole. Base hit left field. Wide in quickly. He'll get the ball into a Bucky Dent, and Burleson has to hold at second base. Rice picks up his first base hit. He's on at first, and the batter is Carl Yastrzemski, the left fielder. Yes, has popped the first and tripled to right field. He's 1 for 2. He won last night's ball game with the Red Sox as they beat Baltimore 2-0 to remain 4 games ahead of the Yankees. Beat Denny Martinez with a 2-run home run. Made a winner out of Louis Tion, who also pitched a 2-hitter. Now the set. Pitch to Yaz. Swung on it on the ground in second. Randolph is there. Tosses to Bucky Dent. They get the force on Rice, and the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left at the end of 5. The Yankees 12, the Boston Red Sox 2.
The day is done. Coming home. It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind. So just say, Bud. Yeah, that's right. There's nothing like getting home, especially when there's a cold can of Bud waiting for you. But when you say Bud, you get it all. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
I've got grease on my fingers, oil on my shoes, I'm always under the hood. But I wouldn't change places with anyone else, even if I could. I worked on every car, big and small, every kind of engine too. And there's one thing that applies to them all, whether they're old or new. You can't buy better plug for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy better plug no matter where you are than Champion. Champion's #1 in the world, they're #1 in your car. Some folks folks don't mind working in a big place, being part of a team. I prefer just me and that engine, nobody in between. You can't buy better blood for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy better blood no matter where you are than Champion. Champion's number one in the world, they're number one in your car. No, you can't buy better blood for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy better blood no matter where you are than Champion. No, you can't.
This is Brian Jackson at WOKO-Albany. The news director of Channel 13 Television has been ordered to show a grand jury videotapes of an interview made with Mrs. Virginia Grotto, the lone survivor of a deliberately set fire in Cohoes in June that killed 8 members of her family. The station is expected to fight the subpoena. Complete details on all the news after the ball game.
51 degrees, 19 minutes till 10, WOKO.
Dick Drago pitching to Bucky Denner. Bucky lines one the right center base hit. Might go to the wall. Denner on first. He'll go to second. And he's going to try for 3. The throw there will not be in time, and Bucky Denner's tripled. Bucky had decided to settle for a double. Then he looked over and saw that Lynn and the right fielder Dwight Evans was just getting to the ball, and the third base coach Dick Hauser waved him on over. So Dent triples, leading off the 6th. That's his second base hit in the ball game. That'll bring on Mickey Rivers, and the Red Sox will have to bring their infield in.
So I think Bucky didn't want to stop at second base. Did not want to overextend that leg, the right leg, in which you pull the hamstring muscle.
Well, the Yankees leading 12-2, batting in the 6th as Drago sets with his infield in. Pitch to Rivers is outside, ball 1. Mickey's 1 for 3. He has struck out, singled in a run, bounced to short, and walked and scored. Left-handed batter. Drago is at the belt. And the 1-0 pitch to Rivers. Swung on, bounce to second. Then has to hold it third. Bohammer throws out Rivers. And there's one away. Infield still in for Willie Randolph, the Yankees' second baseman. Willie's had a fine night. Got the Yankees off and running when Hobson booted his bouncer in the first inning. Actually threw low past Scott. Willie was safe, and he scored the Yankees' first run on a single by Reggie Jackson. Willie walked in the second, singled in a run in the third, and doubled in 3 runs in the fourth. So he's got 4 runs batted in, and he's 2 for 3, and he scored once. Pitch to Randolph. Breaking ball is outside, ball 1. Hobson, Burleson, Brohammer, Scott. All in around the infield. Outfield of Yastrzemski, Lynn, Evans playing straight away and shallow. Pitch. Called strike. Good slider on the outside corner. Knee high. It's a ball and a strike. Bucky done at third base. 1 away in the 6th inning. The Yankees ahead 12-2 over Boston. Drago reading signs. Now the right-hander sets. The 1-1 pitch. Takes high. 2 balls and a strike. Well, Dick Hauser's been busy at third. So is Gene Michael, the Yankee first base coach. Yankees with 16 base hits. A couple of errors charged to the Red Sox third baseman Butch Hobson. Here's Drago's 1-1 pitch. Swung on, base hit, left field. Dead scores. And Randolph holds at first base. Yankees now lead 13-2.
And now 20 seconds for our local stations to identify themselves.
This is Brian Jackson at WOKO-Albany. The news director of Channel 13 Television has been ordered to show a grand jury videotapes of an interview made with Mrs. Virginia Grotto, the lone survivor of a deliberately set fire in Cohoes in June that killed 8 members of her family. The station is expected to fight the subpoena. Complete details on all the news after the ball game.
Strike hitter. Thurm Munson's a batter. Randolph has driven in his 4th run of the ball game with his 3rd base hit. He's had base hits his last 3 times up. Munson takes a strike. Thurman is 3 for 3. 17 base hits now for the Yankees. 2 extra base hits. double by Randolph in the fourth, clearing the bases, and a triple by Bucky Dent leading off here in the sixth. One strike pitch is fouled off the right side. No balls, 2 strikes on Munson. Jim Beattie against Jim Wright tomorrow night. See, Cliff Johnson has a bat. He's in the on-deck circle. He would bat for Reggie Jackson. 2-strike pitch. And hit Munson on the helmet. Wow. And Thurman's down at home plate. No balls, 2 strikes on Munson. The ball tailed in on him, hit him on the head, and Munson's down at home plate. Bob Lemon out there along with Don Zimmer. Willie Randolph walking in along with George Scott. Ball tailed in on Munson and got him on the helmet, bounced back to the screen. And Thurman's now down at home plate. And Lemon wants a catcher. Of course, he's got big Cliff Johnson there already, right behind him. But Mike Heath is jogging in from the bullpen.
So I'm sure with a 13-2 lead, you want to have that defensive catcher in it. Mike Heath, fine defensive catcher, jogs across the outfield. Lemon and Zimmer, both leaning over Thurman Munson. Munson laying face down. Looks like the team position for the Boston Red Sox. Now off by home plate.
Well, Bob Montgomery is pointing to the front of the helmet that got Munson on the front of the helmet. Thurman taking a little time getting up. He's obviously just a little bit dizzy. Now, Durwood Merrill saying something to Bob Lemon. And Marty Springstead also there. This will put Randolph at second base, and will probably get Mike Heath in to run for Munson. He'll stay in the ball game as Thurman is hit by a pitch. And so Heath will be at first base, and Cliff Johnson had been on deck, so evidently he'll bat for Reggie Jackson. Jackson in the training room prior to the ball game said, I'm going to have to play then. Reggie's back out again. He had been inside, back out now with his uniform off, as Munson is still kneeling or sitting at home plate.
Still all the Yankees on the dugout steps looking out at this scene. Thurman Munson on his feet. Sure, shaken up. Look what a good Drago fastball right in the helmet.
Well, Munson holding the front part of his head. Evidently, he couldn't get out of the way. The ball hit him, looks like just around above the left temple. Great invention, that helmet by, I understand, Branch Rickey started the batting helmet with the old Pittsburgh Pirates.
Great invention, Joe.
So Munson gets a hand as he's over now at the Yankee dugout. He still has his hand up to that to the left side of his head. And Mike Heath is in the ball game running for Munson. Randolph is down at second base, and Cliff Johnson will now bat against Dick Drago. The Yankees lead 13-2. They have runners at first and second with one man out here in the sixth inning. Johnson a big right-handed batter. Now Drago sets. And the pitch. Breaking ball is down low, ball 1. Yankees 13 runs, 17 base hits. The Red Sox 2 runs on 6 base hits. Drago sets. And the pitch. Called strike on the inside corner. It's 1-1. On deck is Chris Chambliss. Chris Chambliss on deck. Now Drago's ready. And the 1-1 pitch. High and away, it's 2 balls and a strike. Jackson, before leaving, singled in a run in the first inning. Struck out twice and fouled out once. Just out of the hospital bed. Breaking ball is low on Johnson, 3-1. The Yankees have batted around twice in this ball game. They have sent 7 men up once, 6 men once. 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed by Cliff Johnson. 3-2. Randolph takes a walking lead off second. Mike Heath talking to Gene Michael at first base. Now he takes his lead. Payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled back by Johnson. The count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Drago gets new ball, goes on the backside of the mound, goes to some dirt this time, spits on his hands, and he'll rub it up. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Cliff Johnson with 1 away. Drago's in, and the right-hander sets. Checks the runner. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and it lifted in the air, shallow left. Coming on is Carl Yastrzemski, backing up is Burleson, the shortstop. The shortstop Burleson calls and makes the catch. 2 outs. Runner still at first and second. The batter is Chris Chambliss. Chambliss is 1 for 3 with a run batted in and a run scored. Toronto edging closer to the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers still in it.
Score in Toronto, it's the Brewers 4, Toronto 3 after 7.
Here's the pitch to Chambliss. Swung on and bounced foul outside of first base.
Another score, Chicago 3, Seattle nothing after 4, Texas at California, a later start. In the National League, the Phillies 5, Cubs 3 a final. The Mets 9, Montreal 2 after 6 innings in Montreal. San Francisco 5, the Atlanta Braves 2 in the middle of the 7th.
Here's a set, and the 1-strike pitch to Chambliss is inside a slider. It's 1-1.
Big Red Machine scored 6 runs, 4 in the bottom of the 3rd, 2 in the bottom of the 4th. They now lead the San Diego Padres 6-1 after 5. Pittsburgh 2, St. Louis 1 after 3.
Here's the 1-1 pitch to Chambliss. Called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
The Dodgers and the Astros tied 1 apiece after 4 innings in Houston.
And right here, the Yankees lead 13-2 with runners at first and second. And 2 outs in the top half of the 6th inning at Fenway Park. Now Drago sets. The 1-2 pitch to Chambliss. Swung on and fouled back. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 5th inning, the only inning the Yankees did not score at least 1 run. They scored 2 in the 1st, 3 more in the 2nd, 2 more in the 3rd, 5 big ones in the 4th. They did not score in the 5th and have scored once here in the 6th. And they lead 13-2 over Boston. The Red Sox picked up their 2 runs after Yaz tripled. In the 4th inning, Carlton Fisk hit his 20th home run of the year into the screen in left field. 1-2 to Chambliss. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mike Torres, a former Yankee, who said prior to the ball game that he likes to pitch these kind of games, lasted 1 inning, plus 4 batters in the 2nd. Andy Astor lasted 2 innings. Drago came out in the 4th. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Chambliss. Swung on and missed, got him with a breaking ball. Chambliss goes down swinging, side retired. Yankees pick up a run on 2 hits, leave 2. At the end of 5 1/2, the Yankees 13, the Red Sox 2.
Cohoes Tobacco Company has more to offer than the name implies. Cohoes Tobacco is helping Zenith celebrate both their 60th anniversary and the manufacturing of the 20 millionth Zenith color television set. In fact, Zenith is offering a cash rebate on 25-inch diagonal Zenith System 3 console or table TVs. This cash rebate of up to $60 can be yours depending on the model you purchase. All you have to do is buy one of the qualifying Zenith models, fill out the money-back coupon from Cohoes Tobacco Company, and send the coupon back to Zenith with your owner's registration card as proof of purchase. You'll get a check direct from Zenith. And while you're at Cohoes Tobacco, see the complete line of Zenith color TVs, Zenith black and white portables, and Zenith stereo equipment. Now is the time to buy a new Zenith color TV with a cash rebate on certain models. The place, Cohoes Tobacco Company, 60 Remsen Street, Cohoes. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 5:30, Friday nights till 9. Closed Sunday and Monday. Cohoes Tobacco Company, with more to offer than the name implies.
Orbit tastes so good, you won't believe it's a sugar-free gum. Take it from a grocer. Orbit tastes great. The first time I tried it, I couldn't believe it was sugar-free. A lot of my customers tell me the same thing.
He's right. Orbit does taste great. I was surprised to find out it's sugar-free. My kids really like the taste of sugar-free Orbit, too. And I like the fact that Orbit's made with only natural sweeteners. Tastes so cool and refreshing.
Orbit tastes so good, you won't believe it's a sugar-free gum. Get some soon and see for yourself.
Okay, Lou Pinella switches from right field to left field. Replaces Roy White in right field. Southpaw Gary Thomason. Behind the plate, Mike Heath. Stepping in to bat for the Red Sox here in the bottom of the 6th inning, Bob Montgomery. Montgomery replaced Carlton Fisk. After Fisk hit a 2-run home run in the 4th inning, Montgomery picked him up behind the plate. He'll face Kenny Clay. Bill?
All right, the first pitch to Montgomery is a fastball that's fouled off the right side. No balls and a strike. Yankees ahead 13-2. The Red Sox are batting in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Thomason will bat in the 4th spot. And Heath, of course, will bat 3rd. Swing and a miss by Montgomery. No balls, 2 strikes. Ken Clay coming on in relief of Catfish Hunter in the 4th inning. He's given up 3 base hits, including a 2-run homer by Carlton Fisk. 2-strike pitch. Line foul down the right side. That'll be out of play. Still 0-2 on Montgomery. Bob batting for the first time in the ball game, as Fran mentioned to you. He got in behind the plate in the 5th inning for Carlton Fisk after Fisk had homered. At that time, the Yankees led 12-2. The 2-strike pitch. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Bill Montgomery's done a fine job for the Red Sox as a backup catcher. Plays very little. When he goes in there, he produces. Of course, every now and then he can pop the ball into the net here in Boston.
1-2 pitch is high. It's 2-2.
He used to have a great arm. Age has caught up to his arm.
One of the few players still wearing the little insert instead of the helmet.
Right. Of course, now it's a rule. You have to wear that helmet, especially guys coming out of the minor leagues.
2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Montgomery goes down swinging, and there's 1 away. 3rd strikeout for Ken Clay. And the batter now is Jack Brohammer, the second baseman. Brohammer has bounced to second, fly to center field. He's 0 for 2. Here's the first pitch to Brohammer. Just misses outside, ball 1. Mike Heath, the new Yankee catcher. Gary Thomason, the new right fielder. Pinella moves from right to left. So the Yankees have Pinella, Rivers, and Thomason in the outfield. Too low again, the Brohammer. 2 balls, no strikes. Yankee infield the same. Nettles, Dent, Randolph, and Chambliss reading from 3rd to 1st. Clay's 2-0 pitch to Brohammer. Misses outside, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes.
So we just talked about the helmets for a second. The rule states, for example, if a young player comes out of the minor leagues right now, he comes out of major league level, he has to wear the helmet.
3-1 pitch is a called strike. 3-0 pitch is a called strike. It's 3-1. And the 3-1 delivery. Swung on, lifted to left field. Coming on is Piniella. Going back is Dent. Piniella is there, and Lou makes the catch. 2 outs. I think they waived that rule, Fran, only for the guys who are already here. A guy like Montgomery who'd been here and who's been used to wearing that insert in the regular cloth hat, they allow him to do that.
Right.
I think also the new rule says that those new helmets have to have the air flap on them.
It has to have the flap on it, right. Coming out of the minor league.
Dwight Evans fouls the first pitch back.
For example, a young player cannot come out of the minor league this year or next year and wear the insert, or just wear the plain helmet. Has to wear the flap. Good rule.
Hit on the ground, a shortstop. Dent backs up, has a nice hop, throws on the first in the dirt, and it's off Chambliss. Right behind him, though, is Mike Heath, and Evans is safe. That'll be an error on Bucky Dent. E6, Yankees' first error of the ballgame. And Evans now at first base with 2 away. That'll bring on George Scott. When Bucky backed up on the ball, you knew he might be in a bit of trouble. The ball was hit fairly hard. He backed up and threw in the dirt. Chambliss could not handle it. Mike Heath hustling kept that ball from going into the Red Sox dugout, holding Evans at first base. And Chambliss will play behind him as the boomer, George Scott's batting. Scott's 0 for 2. Fly to right, bounced to second. Time is called now as Lou Piniella throws an object off the field in left field. Oh, that one broke. That object. That might be a little dangerous there.
Oh, very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Jim Evans, the third base umpire, cleaning up out there. Looks like a pretty good bottle of beer. Now Evans off first base. Clay sets. Pitch to Boomer. Down low, ball 1. This is the original Boomer. Ron Bloomberg, Boomer number 2. Now Clay is ready. And the pitch. Outside. Backhanded and knocked down by Mike Heath. 2 balls, no strikes.
And Bill, when this Boomer came up to the big leagues with the Red Sox, moved to first base because of Joe Foy. He originally was a third baseman and a good third baseman.
He has been a pretty good first baseman.
Excellent.
He only has 7 errors this year after making quite a few last year. 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed by Scott. It's 2-1. Evans on at first base, 2 outs. The Yankees ahead 13-2. The Red Sox batting in the bottom half of the 6th inning here at Fenway Park. First game of a big 4-game series. Yankees trying to jump on top. The pitch. Swung on and missed. 2-2 on Scott. Now time is called. Mickey Rivers in center field is asked to retrieve an item out there. Mickey throws it to Lou Piniella, and once again the Yankee bat boy will go out.
Another item that could break.
The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes on George Scott with 2 outs. Clay sets. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Scott going after a bad breaking ball, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, an error, and a man left on base. At the end of 6, the Yankees lead Boston 13-2.
This portion of New York's finest baseball is brought to you by Specs, New York's finest athletic shoes. You know, when it comes to athletic shoes, Specs are a sure thing to take the Triple Crown again this year. Best performance, styling, and durability. Whether you're into basketball, tennis, running, or just hanging around looking good, you should be into Specs. Catch up with the Specs athletic shoes at over 600 fine stores in and around New York City. When you step into your Specs, you're ready to step out.
have to say it. When do you think? Budweiser, not to be for any time at home. To the long home run, after the game is won, King of Beers is waiting for your call. When you say Budweiser, when you say yay, baseball, when you say Budweiser, you get it all. You get it all.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Top of the seventh, Greg Nettles steps in to face Dick Drago. Nettles will be followed by Piniella. And then Thomason. And here with the play-by-play, the Scooter, Phil Rizzuto.
All right, we'll check out the new left fielder as Nettles takes a pitch outside, ball one. Greg Nettles in the ball game is 1 for 4. And Drago's pitch low, 2-0. So they're giving Yastrzemski a little rest. They gave Fisk an early rest after Fisk had doubled and homered. Said it's tough. You got a big lead, 11 runs in the 7th inning, and yet it's hard to enjoy the game. Catfish pulled a groin muscle, and Munson hit on the head, on the helmet, fortunately. High pop to the left side. The shortstop, Burleson, makes the catch, 1 away.
Scooter in left field, Gary Hancock.
All right, that's a new name.
Of course, good news that Catfish did not re-injure that shoulder.
Yeah, that's what everybody was worrying about when it first happened. We haven't had the report on Thurman, but he'll be taken for precautionary. That's good news. Thurman Munson never lost consciousness and will probably play tomorrow. Lou Piniella has single, double, sacrifice, popped to short. He scored 3 times in the ball game.
Due to the attendance tonight, 34,119.
Drago's pitch fouled off the plate, hit Lou in the leg, 1-1. That could put them over the 2 million mark. No. Very close.
Of course, we mentioned earlier, all boxing reserve seats are completely sold out for the 3 Boston games in New York next weekend. However, this series only to close to 10,000 reserved general admission and unreserved bleacher tickets for each of these 3 Red Sox games will be sold in advance at the stadium box office only beginning tomorrow morning.
All right, the 1-1 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 2. The Red Sox are at 1,960,000. So it'll take the 3rd game of the series to put them over. But if this park were bigger, they'd have gone over the 2 million mark tonight. Swing and a miss. Lou went after a real bad pitch out of the strike zone. 4 strikeout for Drago, 2 men out. And that'll bring up Gary Thomason, who's batting in Roy White's spot in the order. Roy was 3 for 4, scored 3 times, and drove in 2. Two men out. Yanks in front, 13-2.
Scooter, our sports ticker is down. Well, we get our scores, and we will try to get it fixed immediately.
All right. Foul back to the screen, strike 1.
Are you mechanically inclined?
No, no way. Light bulbs I can change. Drago kicks, and it's outside, 1-1. I tell you, the weather certainly has taken a turn. Cold in Boston. Strike on the outside corner, a ball and 2 strikes. Thomason a little upset with the call, but umpires figure with 11-run lead, they better swing at anything close to the plate.
That's right. The only thing they forget is the player might be trying to impress the manager.
Yeah, especially Thomason. This is his first time at bat in the ball game. The 1-2 pitch, outside, 2-2. It never hit the helmet. Well, Mickey Morabito tells us the helmet never stopped the force of that blow. And it hit Thurman right underneath the bill of the helmet. It's hard to believe it sounded like it hit the helmet or the bat.
It really did.
Low, and Montgomery started to go to the dugout. It's 3-2.
Drago, very slow worker.
Yep.
I'm sure very difficult to play behind. In Kansas City, he did not work this slow.
No, I knew he had changed his style, Ed. The payoff pitch, foul back on the screen. 2 out, nobody on. Bucky Dent on deck.
Of course, if you don't throw the ball, they can't hit it.
That's true. Eventually, you got to throw it. Up. Long look, then steps off the rubber. And the payoff pitch fouled upstairs, out of play. You got somebody throwing in the Red Sox bullpen. Figured Drago would have to go the rest of the way so they wouldn't use any more pitches.
Oh, it's Bill Campbell.
Oh, and he has had a bad harm.
Oh, he's had a lot of trouble this year.
All right, once again, the 3-2 pitch. That's outside, ball 4.
Phil, there's been some questions how Campbell has hurt the arm. They say he hurt it pitching. Some people say he hurt it playing racquetball.
Uh-oh. I don't know. These ball players making so much money do these outside sports. Bucky Dent, a single, triple hit to the box, struck out, fouls the first pitch off. You know, in the old days when you signed a contract, if you wanted to play ping pong, you had to ask the club.
Well, there's a clause in the contract that states that you cannot go skiing, basketball. They specify a number of sports you cannot dabble in.
Fly ball left center, and coming on, Fred Lynn makes the running catch. 1 man left, and at the end of 6.5, the Yankees 13, the Red Sox 2.
Now then, class, let's review. The Rolling Writer Pentel pen. You there, give the name a try, sir.
Rolling Writer Pentel pen. It's really quite a buy, sir.
And the feel, my boy, the feel. What about the Rolling Writer feel?
Smooth, sir, very smooth. Rolling Writer's just ideal.
And why, lad, tell me why Rolling Writer does it better?
The steel ball rests in a cushion, sir, for comfort, sir, letter after letter.
Tell me about the ink, young man, the Rolling Writer ink.
It's liquid, sir, and flows on smooth as fast as you can think.
And what about the carbons, lad? Can the Rolling Writer do it?
Carbon after carbon, sir. There's really nothing to it.
All together now, then. What's this lesson's goal?
Well, with the Rolling Writer special tip...
You don't just write, you
roll!
Are you throwing your money away? You may be if you're in business and are not taking advantage of available co-op dollars.
This is Bill Perkins. Let's put your co-op dollars to work. Co-op advertising on radio is a great way of combating newspaper runaway adflation cost.
Don't throw your money away. Let WOKO help increase your business. We'll help you plan a complete program, including scheduling, copy, and billing. Call 449-1460 WOKO.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Butch Hobson steps in for the Red Sox. He'll be followed by the top of the order, Rick Burles, and then Freddie Lynn. The score, the Yankees 13, and they have 17 hits. The Red Sox 2. Phil?
All right, the first pitch goes all the way back to the screen, ball 1. Butch Hobson has bounced to third, struck out. I'd love to give this kid a rest, but have no other third baseman. That pitch off Heath's glove. Back to the screen.
It looks like Mike Heath is trying to break in a glove out there. It really doesn't look like it's broken in. I think he uses that Rawlings glove.
What, small one?
Yeah, they always made that small catcher's mitt. But Thurman uses it. Thurman's very comfortable with it. A number of catchers use Rawlings.
Strike call. The kick and the pitch fouled out of play down the right side. Bottom of the seventh, Yanks in front 13-2. Kenny Clay wants a new baseball.
Good, we were talking about the clause in the contract which keeps you away from sports like skiing, football, basketball. You cannot play basketball.
Foul, that'll be out of play. He's coming back, but that's well back up on the screen. I know those clauses are in there, but
right, what they don't want the player to get hurt, especially a valuable player to the club. Of course, in my contract, they told me you can play anything you want.
I remember Jim Lonborg when he was with the Red Sox. Almost ruined his career skiing. A lot of players playing paddle ball.
Bill White.
There's a line drive base hit to left field. Piniella off the glove, off the wall, and Hobson will go into second base. As Pinella's throw, good throw to Chambliss at first, but the runner was going into second. I think they've given Piniella an error, a single and an error. Lou tried to backhand the ball, went by him, hit off the wall, and went by him again. That'll bring up Rick Burleson, who has doubled, popped to short, and singled.
Still a quick reminder after the Red Sox, those tough Milwaukee Brewers will be at the stadium Monday and Tuesday, the 18th and 19th. Heisel, Bando, Money, and company have given the Yanks a lot of trouble this year, holding a 9-4 edge in this season series. Good seats, still available.
Well, they've got an exciting team. First pitch to Burleson is over for a strike. Right now, Toronto, or is that a final score? Toronto defeated Milwaukee 5-4 on the scoreboard out there. Foul out of play, strike two.
Final score, 5-4.
They were leading 4-1 at one time. Milwaukee, that is. Kenny Clay kicks, delivers, ground ball to second. Randolph there, nice scoop. Throws him out, moving to third is Hobson. That brings up Fred Lynn, slide to center, walked and struck out.
It's official, Scooter. It's the final. 5-4.
Toronto beat him. Now that's a foul just below it. Strike one.
Victor Cruz, who was 7-1, got the W.
A line drive, one hopper to Randolph. Willie bluffed to throw home, throws to first to get Lynn. The run scores, and it's a 13-3 ball game now as Lynn gets credit for a run batted in. Kenny Clay, of course, is the recipient of the outcome of this game.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. Come in with at the time, he was leading 11-0. Make that 12-0. Strike one to Jim Rice. Rice has bounced to third, struck out, single to left.
Still, those relief pitchers were throwing punches trying to get in this ball game.
Yeah, that's for sure. Swing and a miss. Boy, he handcuffed him on that fastball down and in. Clay's ball is really moving into right-handers and away to left-handers. Low and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jim Rice, pretty good chance for a Triple Crown win. Coming into tonight's action, he was 14 points, I believe, behind Rod Carew, who leads the American League in batting.
Tough man to catch.
And the pitch, just a little low, 2-2.
Tomorrow for the Yankees, it'll be Jim Beattie. Red Sox will throw Jim Wright.
The 2-2 pitch, bouncing ball. Clay's got it on one hop. Flips to Chambliss. And Rice and the Red Sox are retired. They pick up a run on a hit, an error, nobody left. At the end of 7, Yankees 13, Boston 3.
The day is done. Coming home. It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind. We'll go home. So just say, bud. Hey, if you're doing what I'm doing right now, having a cold bud, then you really know what the fine art of relaxing is all about. For when you say bud, you said it all. And I have a voice thing to it. There are 2 things I remember about 58. I spent more on oil for my hair than on oil for my car. And I bought my first Chevy. You can buy a better plug than Champion. It's also the year I started using Champions. Now in 66, I remember 2 more things. A silver Corvette and a redhead named Georgette. No matter where you are, it's Champion. This year I got myself a Chevy wagon and 4 more things to remember. Billy Jean, Billy Joe, Billy Jean, and Billy Bob. I've had a lot of different kinds of Chevys over the years, but one kind of spark plug, Champion. You can't buy a better plug for any kind of car than Champion. Champion. You can't buy a better plug no matter where you are than Champion. Champion's number 1 in the world. Number 1 in your car. Did I forget someone? Did I forget Billy Jack?
Sweet Boozman going to go on second base. Okay, Bill Campbell on a relief of Dick Drago. Campbell, 6-5 here in 1978 with a 3.98 ERA, only 4 saves. Phil, this gentleman has been a disappointment. Of course, he's had arm problems with the Red Sox this season.
Oh, I know. He was counted on to be the big man from the bullpen. Paul Blair up for the first time, almost gets hit with a pitch, ball 1. Playing in Mickey Rivers' spot, Mick was 1 for 4 while he was in there, scored a run, and drove in a run. Campbell's next pitch down low, 2-0. Blair batting 177, 2 homers, 13 runs batted in. Swings, hits a fly ball to center. Fred Lynn to his left, makes the catch, 1 out.
Phil, with Campbell having the off year, Red Sox are very fortunate to have right-hander Stanley. 13-2 this year. Having a great year out of the bullpen. Short man, right-hander, big guy.
Who's got the most saves?
The most saves. Stanley. From the Garden State.
All right, Willie Randolph takes the strike. Willie's been on base all 5 times, reached on an error, walked, singled twice and doubled, and has driven in 5 runs. Big night for Willie. The curve is in there, strike 2. Randolph doesn't quite believe it. But as we mentioned, it's been a long night, and if it's close to the plate, they better swing. Campbell kicks, and the pitch low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yankees 13 runs on 17 hits. Red Sox 3 runs on 7 hits. Bouncer to third, foul. Butch Hobson made 38 errors this year, has made 2 throwing errors tonight. Just got that bad elbow. You can see the arm is bent. Again the pitch, and Willie swings and misses strike 3. He swung at the motion that time. 2 out.
Phil, that's what Campbell will do to a right-hand hitter. He has that great motion. When he has the good arm, he has an overpowering fastball, good, sharp slider, and he will throw the screwball to the right-hander. Of course, the left-hander, the screwball most of the time, mix in some fastballs. Very effective.
There's no doubt about it. Mike Heath up for the first time, takes a curve, low, ball one. Thurman Munson had a perfect night. He had 3 hits, a walk, and then was hit with a pitch. Thurman had to leave the game after he was hit. Mike Heath up for the first time, batting .241. Low, 2-0. On deck, Cliff Johnson. The 2-0 pitch, bouncing ball is short. Burleson off his glove, grabs it, throws to first, not in time. Oh, it's a base hit for Mike Heath. Burleson got there, got the glove on the ball, hit the heel of the glove, bounced high in the air, grabbed it, but Heath beat it out. Base hit number 18 for the Yankees. Cliff Johnson been about once, popped to short. Pitch to Cliff, down low, ball 1. Nobody in the on-deck circle. Chris Chambliss is due up next. Swing and a miss. Couldn't check it. Out in front of the change. 1-1. Looks like we might have a pinch hitter for Chambliss. A 1-1 delivery inside 2-1. Somebody's trying on helmets down in the Yankee dugout.
Jim Spencer.
Jim Spencer. Down low, 3-1. The 3-1 delivery. Swing and a foul, 3-2.
Now let's pause 5 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Radio Network.
You're listening to 1460 WOKO, Albany.
Full count on Johnson. Heath will be off and running with the pitch. He goes, and a swing line to left field. That's going to be in for extra bases. Heath running is going to score. They're waving him in. And he will score, and the Yankees lead 14-3. A double to left field for big Cliff Johnson. 19th hit for the Yankees. So every pitcher has been scored on that the Red Sox have put out there.
Until that ball was hammered to left field. Attendance tonight, 34,119. And they not all of them saw that hit. There's a lot of them that left the ballpark.
All right. So Jim Spencer will bat for Chambliss, and Fred Stanley is on deck to bat for Nettles. As we are nearing the 3-hour mark for this ball game, 19 base hits and 14 runs for the Yankees. Jim Spencer batting .229, 7 homers and 23 runs batted in. And strike one called on the first pitch. Johnson at second. Campbell kicks, and it's low, 1-1. He sets again. Slow curve line, base hit, center field. They're going to send Cliff in. Here's the throw by Lynn. Cut off. They'd have had him at the plate, but Scott cut it off. And Johnson stumbled. I don't know whether he stumbled over the mask or what. They get Spencer at second, but Johnson scores. Good thing he didn't hurt himself or go into the stands. So the plays goes 8-6, 3-4 to get Spencer, but the run scores, and now at the end of 7.5 innings, it's the Yankees 15, the Red Sox 3.
Don't give me a lot of chicken fat. Oh, hi. This is Charlie Huddle. Excuse me, I'm on the phone. Listen, clown, the ball game is on, and we'll be on with the talk show right after the post-game shows. What do you mean putting you off? Why, you paltry pipsqueak, you just call back after the game, and I'll deal with you. I can't talk now, you half-wit. I'm on the air. This is WOKO. We'll take your calls right after the post-game shows. Stay tuned. Look, Fritterface, call after the game. Good. I hope you do. Goodbye. You're invited to call in. We'll talk about whatever you want. You want trouble? Good. After the game, you call 438-4511, WOKO.
Hi, this is Ray Nelson, inviting you to join me weekdays, 11 to 3.
She can put her shoes under my bed anytime. Nighttime magic woman. I gotta quit knowing that, baby, or someone's gonna know.
Music to help you through the day. Be sure and join me, Ray Nelson, 11 to 3, weekdays on 1460 WOKO.
Fred Stanley at third base for the New York Yankees, and big Jim Spencer at first base. Phil?
All right, Jim looks like he's been eating real well lately. The pitch to Hancock is fouled back out of play.
Yeah, Jim's either he's either put on a couple of pounds or his uniform's put that way.
All right, it's 1-1 to Hancock. He's batting in Yastrzemski's place in the lineup. Yaz was 1 for 3 while he was in there. Line to left center. That's going to be extra bases. That'll go to the wall. Bear plays it. Spencer sneaking in back of Hancock down at second. So a double to left center field for the youngster.
Still on the scoreboard, Toronto 5, Milwaukee 4. That's the final score. Rick Cerrone hit a game-winning home run.
All right, the Seton Hall Flash.
Seton Hall. After 7 in Chicago 3, Seattle 1. Texas and California later start.
All right, Bob Montgomery the batter. And Clay's pitch, high inside, ball 1.
In the National League, Phillies 5, Chicago 3, a final score. The Mets 9, Montreal 4. That's another final. Atlanta 6, San Francisco 5 after 8 innings in Atlanta. Big game for the Giants.
Pitch to Montgomery, swing and a miss, 1-1.
Big Red Machine 6. The Padres 2 after 7.5. The Pirates 3. The Cards 1 after 6. As the Dodgers and the Astros tied 2 apiece after 6 innings in the Dome.
Okay, here the Yankees leading 15 to 3. That pitch is high, 2-1. Yankees have 20 base hits. Nobody out. Foul over the roof, out of play. 2-2.
So it must be a great luxury for a manager like Bob Lemon to be able to put a Golden Glove winner, your first baseman, out at first base.
Oh, yes. Spencer's really something with that glove. Oh, Yankee fans haven't seen that much of him.
And last year, with Bob Lemon in Chicago, had a tremendous season offensively. He's become a good hitter.
The pitch, low, ball 4. That is the first walk given up by Kenny Clay. Catfish had walked only one man. And now Jack Brohammer. Bounce to second, fly to center, fly to left. Stretch by Clay, and the pitch, strike one call. Runners lead at first and second, a foul back, strike two. Good thing it's a night game tomorrow. Yankees are going to be tired from running the bases. They get sleep late tomorrow.
Of course, I think Jim Beattie will take those bats back to his room, put the bats under the blankets, keep them warm.
Big game for Jim Beattie, and he's been pitching good ball for the Yankees of late.
Yes, he has. Yankees with 15 runs here and 20 hits.
The two-strike pitch, bouncing ball to first base. Spencer goes to Dent. They get one. That's all. Play goes 3-6. Runners at first and third, and the batter, Dwight Evans. Evans has popped to first, bounced to short, and reached on an error. One man out. I'd say about half the fans have left the ballpark. No, it's not high. Strike one.
Of course, that's very unusual in Boston.
It is.
Especially with this rivalry.
Clay sets, and the pitch low, 1-1. On deck, George Scott. One man out in the bottom of the eighth. And the pitch bounced foul off his foot. Clay is up with it. Runners go back.
Still, the players talk about Fenway Park as a good hitter's park. And of course, first thing that comes to mind is that left field wall. That background out there is excellent, where the hitter has to look for that ball from the pitcher.
Yeah.
Big green background.
Everything green. It's beautiful. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Stretch by Clay. And it's low outside, 2-2.
Still, a reminder, the Toronto Blue Jays will be at the stadium September 26th, 27th, and 28th. And the Yankees close out the season hosting the Cleveland Indians the weekend of September 29th.
High, 3-2.
Those games are Friday the 29th, Saturday the 30th, which is Fan Appreciation Day, and the finale, Sunday, October 1st.
And they will be very important ball games in this pennant drive.
Oh, certainly will.
The payoff pitch, pop foul, but coming back and out of play.
Still, a game like this, when the score is 15-3, it's difficult to pitch a game like this. Pitcher takes a lot for granted. The catcher has to stay on top of the pitcher. The manager has to stay on top of the pitcher. The pitcher has to concentrate as if it was a 0-0 ball game.
Well, that's very true, and especially in this park, you just can't let your concentration wave.
I think it was Ralph Terry, after a 3-hour ball game here at Fenway Park, was quoted as saying it was like working 3 hours in a telephone booth.
Again, the 3-2 pitch. Bouncing ball is short. Could be 2. Dent to Randolph. Back to first. Double play. And I want to tell you that Brohammer went in and tried to hit Randolph. Randolph got out of the way beautifully. Brohammer hit the bag and rolled over, and now Brohammer fires his helmet. He really wanted to get Randolph. I don't like that one bit. The score at the end of 8 full innings, the Yankees 15 and the Red Sox 3. All right, Fred Stanley batting for the first time. Fouls the first pitch off, strike one. Campbell's pitch is line to right center for a base hit. And it gets by Evans rolling to the wall. Stanley's going to go into second base, and he'll hold up with a double. A high slider that Stanley butcher boyed up the alley in right center field. Base hit number 21 for the Yankees. And Lou Piniella now, who has single, double, sacrificed, popped to short, and struck out. Can't wait to read those Boston papers tomorrow. All right, Campbell sets, and the pitch to Piniella. High fly to center field. Stanley will have to hold at second. Lynn makes the catch. 1 man out. We're in the top of the ninth. Yanks lead 15-3. And Gary Thomason been about one time and walked.
So once again tomorrow, Jim Beattie will be going against Jim Wright. Saturday, Ron Guidry against Dennis Eckersley. Ed Figueroa on Sunday against Bob Sproul.
Sproul, like an owl. The pitch to Thomason, swing and a miss, strike one. To that game Saturday, two of the winningest pitchers in baseball. The one-strike pitch. Bouncing ball is short. Burleson goes to first. Stanley goes to third. Thomason is retired. 2 men out, and Bucky Dent will be the batter. Bucky is 2 for 5 in the ball game with 2 runs scored and 2 runs batted in.
It was Ron Guidry's first start in Fenway Park this year.
Yeah, I said this is the first time, I believe, that the Yankees have had Guidry and Figueroa available for a Red Sox series. Pitch to Dent. Curve, loop to left field. Coming on fast, Hancock. He's there and makes the catch. The Yankees are retired. 1 hit, 1 man left. And at the end of 8.5, Yankees 15, Red Sox 3.
I can't stay awake any longer, George.
It'll be on right after the Night Owl movie.
It's 4:30 in the morning.
It's a fantastic 10-second commercial, Helen, and I'm standing right there pointing to the car that grabs.
What, you on yet, Georgie?
Not yet, but you're falling asleep.
What's this on my forehead?
Cheese dip, Gramps.
Fell asleep in the cheese dip.
Must have fallen asleep with the cheese dip.
Oh, George, why does your TV commercial have to be on so late?
Our ad budget could only afford fringe time, but that's okay because a lot of people are up to grams.
I'm up. Are you on the TV?
No, but soon.
Well, I'm all set right here next to the TV. I wouldn't...
If your advertising isn't reaching the people you want, radio definitely will. With its many different formats, radio reaches every lifestyle. So you can target more messages to exactly who you want, when you want, at a price you can still afford.
Okay, Helen, here it comes.
Oh, Gramps, it's George! It's George!
Oh, I'll get it. Let me turn off the TV first. Hello, George. Must have hung up.
Oh.
I'm Bill Perkins. Call me. We'll talk about how radio can work for you. I'm at 449-1460 WOKO.
It's a lover's question.
Hello, this is Chip Benders. How about taking me home with you weekday afternoons from 3 to 7 on 1460 WOKO. We've got music and all the information you'll need, news, sports, and weather, and a contest or two. I'd love to be part of your afternoon, so please join me weekdays from 3 to 7
Afternoon delight
on 1460 WOKO.
All right, the boomer will lead it off. George Scott has flied to right, bounced to second, and struck out. Last time he swung at 3 bad pitches striking out. The pitch inside, ball 1. It'll be Scott, Hobson, and Burleson that face Kenny Clay in the bottom of the ninth. The Yankees lead 15-3. Bouncing ball is short. Bucky Dent throws him out, 1 away. And now Hobson, who's bounced to third, struck out, singled, and scored. Pitch to Hobson is in there, strike 1 call. Play winds, and it's strike two. Hobson started a swing, held up, but it was right down the middle. The two-strike pitch bounced to short again. This time, nice hop to Bucky. Throws him out, 2 away. And now Burleson, who is 2 for 4 on the night. Burleson batting .249. Clay's pitch is line foul outside of third. What is that running across the field? What is that?
I don't know. It's been a number of years since my zoology class. What is that?
A weird-looking thing. Look at it. Holy cow, look at that. It hops and it runs. It's going out to Stanley at third. Stops, looks at Eddie Yost coaching. This is weird. Oh, it touches third base. Stanley went to grab it. He's got it in his glove. Nope, it gets by Stanley. Out to left field.
Scored an error.
Oh, boy, I'm going to stay off the field tomorrow. One hop at a Randolph. That should be the ball game, and it is. And what a big game for the Yankees. 3 up, 3 down. The final score, the Yankees 15, the Red Sox 3. Well, the totals in the ball game, 15 runs, 21 hits, 2 errors for the Yankees, 3 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Red Sox. Kenny Clay is the winner, and Mike Torres the loser. But the important thing, Fran Healy, is that the Yankees have cut down the Red Sox lead amazingly to 3 games.
3 games and 3 games remaining in this series. And tomorrow, Jim Beattie against Jim Wright. Another big ball game for the Yankees. The Yankees have to win these ball games in Boston.
Well, I said it's got to take a lot out of the Red Sox to be humiliated like this, 15-3.
I'm sure psychologically it will bother them. And Lou Piniella before the ball game said, big game, Catfish against Torres. Yankees have to win this game. It's that big a ball game.
And it was, and the Yankees won it. Unfortunately, 2 injuries to 2 of the key Yankees, Catfish Hunter and Thurman Munson. They say Thurman will be back for tomorrow. Catfish doubtful. They don't know whether he'll miss his next turn or not. But even so, the Yankees win a big ball game. And now tomorrow night could be the biggest game, I think, of this series. If Jim Beattie can pitch the way he's pitched his last 3 starts, and the Yankees win it, then they finish up with Guidry and Figueroa. And, man, that could be something.
Right, Phil. And, of course, the Yankees beat the Red Sox with their game, the bat, in Fenway Park.
Oh, I tell you, it was exciting. Even though the Yankees didn't hit the wall once, the Red Sox had the only home run in the ball game. The Yankees had 21 base hits, and that's tough to beat.
Yes, it is.
All right, so the engineer for Yankee broadcast is Brian Ferguson. Assistant producer is Carol E. Ashwell. The executive producer is Arthur Adler. This is Phil Rizzuto for Fran Healy, Frank Messer, and Bill White. Our next broadcast tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. against the Red Sox.
New York Yankee Baseball on 1460 WOKO Albany has been sponsored by Budweiser Beer, Champion Spark Plugs, Colonial Provisions, makers of Yankee Franks, AC Delco, Emery Air Freight, Wendy's Hot and Juicy Hamburgers, Cohoes Tobacco Company, and Big Dom Submarines. Stay tuned now for the Yankees scoreboard and wrap-up shows.
Okay, Joe, here's the commercial for our show in the morning here on WOKO. This part is the part here where we tell the people that we're on from 5:30 to 9 every morning and stuff.
You did a good job with it.
Yeah,
good job.
So if you're all set, we'll do it and we'll record it so they can put it on the air.
Okay, good.
Hi, I'm Brian Jackson.
No, wait a minute. This is one thing I don't like about that.
What's that?
I'll start off by saying, hi, I'm Joe Gallagher.
No, Joe, that's not the way I wrote it. You see, this is a team
I know,
show.
we're a team.
It's a team.
Hi, I'm Joe Gallagher.
No, that's not the way I wrote it. Let's do it my way. Hi, I'm Brian Jackson.
I think you got to do it my way, pal.
Listen, we're always doing things your way.
Let's do things my way for once. Now, this is a team, and let's get this team together.
Okay, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Whoever goes first, it's no big deal.
Hi,
I'm Joe Gallagher.
Listen, pal.
Now, look.
Half the time you don't even show up on time at 5:30 to go on the air. That should just be the Brian Jackson
Look,
show.
I was on time twice this week, and don't throw that in my face.
Yeah, sure. Listen, I'm
This
just
is a
about
small
had it
thing
with
to
you.
argue about.
Listen, all right? Hey, you want to do it?
Yeah, I'll do it my way.
Well, I'm not going to do it at all.
Where are you going?
Goodbye.
We're a team.
The Yankee Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Getty Gasoline. Well, good evening once again, everybody. Frank Messer at Fenway Park with the New York Yankee Scoreboard Show, following the Yankees' outstanding 15-3 win over the Boston Red Sox here at Fenway. Let's take a look at other games. Toronto came from behind to shade the Milwaukee Brewers 5-4. Toronto 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Milwaukee 4 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error. Rick Cerrone hit the game-winning home run for the Toronto Blue Jays. His third home run of the year, so 3 cheers for a New Jersey lad, Rick Cerrone. A game-winning homer, his third of the year, came in the 8th inning with a man on and brought Toronto back for a 5-4 win. Cruz, the winning pitcher, in relief of Clancy, and Bob McClure lost it in relief of Castro and Augustine. Seattle playing at Chicago, and they're in the bottom half of the 8th inning with the Chicago White Sox leading 3-1. Mitchell and Stone are the pitchers there. Texas at California not yet underway. When they do start, it'll be Doc Medich, 7-8, against Frank Tanata, 17-9. That's the abbreviated American League schedule. I'll be back with the National League in just a minute.
Jackie Stewart, winner of more Formula One Grand Prix automobile races than any driver in history.
Formula One racing can be incredibly expensive. Even tires and fuel don't come cheaply. Of course, in racing, the price of fuel is not much of a consideration. But when you're driving down the highway in a car that doesn't deliver such terrific gas mileage, and you've got to use premium gasoline in that car, well, then the price of gasoline should be a consideration. Paying premium prices for premium gasoline is not something I'd care to do. Not when there's a premium that sells for less than most other major premiums. Getty Premium. Getty offers quality premium gasoline without the premium price. That means you can get the power your car demands and pay less for it. So remember, when you fill up next time, fill up with Getty Premium. The premium that gives you more miles for your money.
In the National League, the Philadelphia Phillies down the Chicago Cubs this afternoon at Wrigley, 5-3. Rather tame ball game for Wrigley Field. Phillies 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. The Cubs 3 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors. Brustar the winner, Moore the loser. The New York Mets topped Montreal 9-4, and there were a couple of sideline stories in that ball game. For one, the Montreal Expos wound up with outfielder Mejias pitching, Stan Mejias pitching late in the ball game. The Mets 9 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Montreal 4 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors. Nino Espinosa went the distance to pick up his 10th win against 13 losses for the Mets. Janesco started for Montreal. He was the loser. They also used Pirtle, Miller, May, Atkinson, and Mejias. Joel Youngblood hit his 6th home run of the year, and Willie Montañez hit his 17th. Montañez coming with 2-man on in the Mets' 5-run second inning that iced the victory. The Mets 9, Montreal 4 in Montreal. The Atlanta Braves shaded the San Francisco Giants 6-5. Big blow to the Giants' hopes in the National League. Atlanta 6 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors. The Giants 5 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. Jack Clark hit his 23rd home run of the year for the Giants. And that exciting youngster, Bob Horner, hit his 18th of the year for Atlanta. And you've got to remember this. Horner didn't start playing until after the draft in June. He's a raw rookie out of school. He's hit his 18th home run of the year tonight. And the Braves shaded the Giants 6-5. Cincinnati over San Diego by a final score of 6-2 as Ken Griffey, Johnny Bench, and Pete Rose all homered. Rose hustled his out inside the park job, his 6th of the year. Bench number 21 and Ken Griffey number 10. Moscow the winner and Ochinko the loser in Cincinnati. The Reds 6, San Diego 2. Pittsburgh is at St. Louis. They're in the bottom half of the 7th inning with the Pirates leading 3-1. Dave Parker, trying to become the National League's most valuable player this year, hit his 24th home run of the year. It came with one man on. Bruce Kison started against Pete Falcone. Frazier relieved Falcone in the 5th for the Cardinals. Pirates lead 3-1 in the 7th. The Dodgers and the Houston Astros are tied 2-2 at the end of 6. Bert Hooten pitching against Mark Lemongello, and Dusty Baker hit his 11th home run of the year. It came in the 5th inning with the bases empty. Here at Fenway, the Yankees beat the Red Sox 15-3. I'll have that story on the wrap-up in a moment. The Yankee Scoreboard Show has been sponsored by Getty Gasoline.
And now the Yankee Wrap-Up Show on 1460 WOKO, sponsored by Magnavox.
Well, you might say that tonight here at Fenway Park in Boston, the Yankees staged their biggest win of the year, but it was dampened by a couple of key injuries. One we don't know the extent of, the other we understand not serious. When we talk about a big win, the Yankees scored their highest number of runs on their highest number of hits this year as they beat the Boston Red Sox 15-3 on 21 base hits. What a night it was for Willie Randolph. 5 runs batted in for Willie with 2 singles, a double, a walk. He also reached on an error, but failed to reach base in the 8th inning when he struck out. The sad note on the ball game is the fact that Catfish Hunter had to leave after pitching to one batter in the bottom half of the 4th inning with a pulled right groin. We do not know the extent of that. And Thurman Munson really gave us all a scare when he was hit flat in the middle of the forehead, not the helmet, right on the skin of the head by a pitch thrown by Dick Drago. But the report on Munson is that he never lost consciousness and probably will be able to play tomorrow night. The Yankees won it 15-3, and I'll be back with details right after this. It's trade-in for touch-tune time at your Magnavox dealer. Now get big savings when you trade in your old TV for a new Magnavox touch-tune color television. The TV that lets you tune with the precision of a computer and the ease of a push-button telephone. What's more, you can get a free official 1978 National Football League record manual for just touching a Magnavox touch-tune color television. That's right, just touch a touch-tune, and your Magnavox dealer will give you absolutely free the official NFL record manual, complete with all the records and statistics of the NFL. You'll have all the NFL information at your fingertips. All the scores, the draft choices, the all-time records, the regular season schedule, even a special Magnavox NFL television guide, and much, much more. Save big during trade-in for touch-tune time. Trade in your old TV for a new Magnavox touch-tune color television. And get the free NFL record manual for just touching a touch-tune. Now, during trade-in for touch-tune time at your local participating Magnavox dealer through October 1st. Well, the Yankees, you could tell in the clubhouse, really were up for the ball game. They were loose. They were not really floating on there. They had a serious looseness about the club. I think it's a good indication was Reggie Jackson rejoining the team, discharged from the hospital this morning. Flew up to Boston. He was in the trainer's room, and Reggie, obviously, and well-known fact, the center of controversy throughout last year and again this year. But in the trainer's room, as he was getting heat so he could come out and be designated hitter tonight, his teammates were playfully pelting him with towels and just engaging in horseplay that you usually reserve for the most popular guys on a ball club. Well, Reggie came out and he drove in the first run for the Yankees with a base hit in the first inning. The Yankees got 2 runs in the first inning on singles by Munson and Jackson after an error by the third baseman Hobson of the Red Sox. Opened the gates. He threw a ground ball by Randolph away. The Yankees came out of the inning with 2 runs. They poured it on in the second when they batted around and scored 3 times on 5 hits. They got 2 more in the third inning on 4 hits, and then really exploded in the fourth inning for 5 runs. They added 1 more in the sixth and 2 in the eighth, and it's awfully hard to go back and recap all the individual scoring plays. Mike Torres started for the Red Sox, lasted 1 inning plus. The first 4 hitters in the second, after he had given up consecutive singles to Piniella, White, Dent, and Rivers in the second inning, he was yanked in favor of Andy Hassler. Torres charged with 5 runs. Hassler fared no better, gave up 4 runs in 2 innings. Dick Drago gave up 4 runs in 4 innings, and Bill Campbell came on to pitch the final 2, and he gave up 2 runs. The Yankees 15 runs, 21 hits, 2 errors, 12 men left, and the Red Sox 3 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors, 7 men left. Catfish Hunter started, but because he injured himself after pitching or while pitching to Carl Yastrzemski, who tripled leading off the fourth, Cat had to leave, did not pitch his required 5. Kenny Clay came into the ball game, leading 12-0 as the pitcher of record. On his first pitch, Fisk homered into the screen and left, but after that, Clay pitched a tough ball game. He got the win. In fact, he pitched well enough to get the win. Wasn't a gift to him, even though he had a 12-run lead when he came in, but he pitched himself a fine ball game, and as a result, picked up his 3rd win of the year against 4 losses. And Mike Torres, who started for the Red Sox, the loser, he is now 15-9. Second time the Yankees have handled Torres rather easily in facing him this year. As I said, a big night for Willie Randolph. He drove in 5 runs with a pair of singles and a double. Everybody in the Yankees starting batting order had at least 1 base hit. Roy White drove in 2 runs. Bucky Dent drove in 2. Jim Spencer drove in 1. Chris Chambliss drove in 1. Cliff Johnson 1. Reggie Jackson 1. Thurman Munson drove in a run. And the other one batted in by Mickey Rivers. An overall good night for the Yankees, and I'll be back with a final word on the ball game right after this.
I'm Charlie Huddle. People talk with me on the telephone. Some like me and some don't.
You know what gets me? You don't really burn you. Anybody that disagrees with you, they're a ninny, a nitwit, a clown.
Some people are crazy, but I mean, most people are crazy during the day, too.
You know I'm your friend, Charlie.
This talk show is unique. There has never been one like it.
Well, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. Every folks have different strokes.
You are admired by thinking people.
Charlie, I'd gladly pay for the unemployment insurance so that you could draw it.
I think you're kind of cool.
We're on from 7 in the evening until the Yankee game starts, or after the Yankee game is over until midnight, or before the game and after the game, or sometimes instead of the game. We compete with Yankee baseball for the 7 to midnight slot. Then we're on Saturday night from midnight till 6 a.m. Sunday. The call-in show, 1460 WOKO.
Well, with the ball game starting here in Fenway and a strong wind blowing in from left field, it was a good night for the singles hitters, and the Yankees went out to do just that. They won the ball game on singles. The Yankees had 21 base hits, 16 singles, 4 doubles, and a triple by Bucky Dent. The Red Sox, 6 of their 8 hits were extra basers, including a triple by Yastrzemski and a 2-run homer by Carlton Fisk, but the Yankees won it by a score of 15-3. So how about 3 cheers for the singles hitters? And now for our Magnavox Star of the Game award. And tonight it is just one of those nights where we're going to name the entire Yankee team. It's going to be a team star tonight, a complete team effort here at Fenway Park as the Yankees cut the Red Sox lead to 3 games. So let's hear it for all the guys. That's it. This has been the wrap-up show. Frank Messer here. We'll be back with the pregame show tomorrow night at 7:15. The ball game at 7:30 with Jim Beattie going out against Jim Wright. Should be a Jim Dandy. We'll see you tomorrow night. Good night, everybody.